And we are live once again with the Jumping Junipers in the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And can't quite see me. Hold on. There I am. Hello. All right, cool. And there's Garreth too. All right, sweet. So last session, you guys had your full plan to ransack Loomsearch, free the children, and it looks like it all went to plan, almost went to plan. There was certainly some precarious situations from the session previous where it looked like mischief was on death's door and the party was split, but some miracles happened and the Feywild's will worked through our Witchlight Monarch to bring back mischief from the brink after having torn apart the shambling mound, ripping the roots away, and then seeing the poor lifeless body of mischief there. It seemed as though the golden thread upon your crown was enacted, and some sliver of life entered back into their body. They have not croaked yet, just ribbited. And you finished off the skeletons in the garden, began to move inside, scared the boggles away, and found Sopig, who jump-scared Gloltig. You'd uncovered the strange cage in the storeroom, only to reveal a small displacer beast kitten. Most definitely has to be Star. And then a bunch of red camps were nearly roasted, but Ulric and Bear managed to finish them off. And then right at the back, Elcon and Garreth tag team in to take on the remainder of the Tin Soldiers. And with that, you guys just practically finished the fight. And you're now just taking a breather and surveying the chaos around you. Yeah, so Squirt is like looking around, like, that was certainly a fiery fight. Good thing nothing got set ablaze. I'm quite flammable, you know.
Yeah, it's a really good thing nothing got set. Can I eat some boots? Can I can I get it's a really good thing.
Yeah, you just start munching them, pulling them off feet, and grabbing sickles. And yeah, your stomach acid is eroding this.
Can I go find Benzie?
Yeah, you can.
Fly
Mishka's
all the way out.
looking on in abject horror, by the way. Benzie, where is Benzie? Here he is. Yeah, right at the very start of Loomlight, you see Benzie is out here with Peanut, as it happens.
I'm gonna land next. I'm gonna land next to Benzie and be like, Benzie, we did it. I'm gonna pull him into a big hug.
Really? Is my daughter safe?
Let's go get her, Benzie. Hop on.
All right.
Oh, wait, hold on.
He's holding Peanut.
We gotta make you look like you just went through hell. Come here, and then I'll take a little bit of my blood and I'll smear it on his face.
Oh
my god!
And then I'll take his shield and I'll
is this blood?
Yep.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
And then I'll take his like rusty scimitar and I'll snap it in half. Make it look like he's been through hell.
Oh well, I guess I didn't need that anyway, but sure. Lead on.
Now you're looking like a true freedom fighter. Now come on. And then I will airlift him and Peanut back into Loomsearch.
Okay.
Wherever his daughter is, I'll go find his daughter.
Yeah, you actually haven't found them to confirm if they're safe or not, but
I really hope they are. I really got some
I was
faith in
tending
the
to-
rest of the Junipers.
I believe I had gone upstairs to tend to Will's wounds in this with Star behind in my
Yeah,
pack. Like me and Ulric had gone
feel
up
free to go up
him.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to move onto the actual stairs. It should take you up there. A little bit more. There you go.
I presume Will was in this
So-
room.
Yeah, Will was up here with Bella. They were taking on 2 tin soldiers,
Okay.
and
I'm just
it looks like
wondering
they've
if
been
they
dealt
were
with.
in here. I just there's no one up here.
Or because
Or
they
is it-
airlifted them to safety.
Ah, okay. Okay. Then I'll just go back downstairs. No one's actually physically up here.
Wait, yeah, that. You're in the wrong spot. Yeah, Garreth found it. There's another door that leads into the actual.
Okay, there it is. Hi.
There you go. Okay, so you see Will. He's grabbing the kids. You see the 2 tin soldiers on the balcony. They've been dealt with. And yeah, Caliban, Yavelda, and Pogo, the 3 children, are still up here.
Will got healed 11 at the end of last session because I used a healing word.
Okay, cool. You notice as they're trying to like airlift them out of there, you hear the kind of gargled moans of some creatures in the shadows, and sticky oil appears underneath the children's feet.
I'll say in Sylvan to the boggles and go. If you're looking for loneliness, all you need to do is follow me.
Our loneliness is right here. The children.
And it's done. Things change in the Feywild.
They look over to one another, and they say, "We were born of their loneliness."
And you can travel with them if you wish. I've seen boggles feed off of things beyond just loneliness alone. Besides, everyone feels lonely sometimes.
Give me a persuasion check. Damn, that expertise always coming in always surprises me. They look to one another and they're like, "Wait, on? That not just loneliness, but how?"
Your creature's born of emotion, which means that you have the capability to change.
Oh, I've never had anything other than loneliness. Loneliness is all we've known.
How do the kids look right now, considering that Will is here to save them, and
Yeah, Will is like trying to pull them away from the sticky oil. So he's currently wrestling with that right now. Like, gah, gah. This stuff is strong. But he does manage to peel them off the floor. All right, that's one.
looking around and like seeing that Garreth had gone back downstairs, I think Barrett will let his emotional mask fall for just a few seconds, enough to try to get the Boggle's attention.
Okay. Just to sort of let them feed us, so to speak.
Buffet.
Yeah.
They do actually gather around you. And though you don't feel anything different about yourself, you can definitely see there's sort of a reaction from the Boggles, who seem to be wide-eyed and slightly drooling. And it's during this distraction Will's able to kind of get most of the children out of there and fly them down with Bella.
I tell them to meet everyone downstairs through the doors, like to regroup with everyone
Okay.
before heading, like leaving. But
Sure. All right, they regroup. The Boggles are just sort of there in a sort of innovative daze. So we'll jump back to the others. Garreth, you're jumping around a lot on the map. Is it something you're actually looking for, or?
Where's Elkhorn? Shit. Elkhorn, where did you put your stuff?
he's looking around. I see.
All right. Let's have a look. Why would I know? I'm a prisoner here. You can start seeing there's plenty of storerooms, barrels, crates, and the like. And let's see what's actually in here then. So, got.
That's
Image. Of course. So there's plenty of different bric-a-brac in this little area, and as you're rummaging through, there is a bunch of crates with discarded armor, weapons, and there's a shield as well. And you pull out what looks to be like this dwarf-sized chainmail. It looks like it would, yeah, definitely be Alcorn's.
Hey, Vaike, you think Elkhorn still fits this one?
Am I back yet from grabbing Benzie?
Yeah, sure.
Wasn't there this tree for the kids? So,
They were, yeah.
I don't know. He's gotten kind of skinny. Looks like he hasn't been eating.
If you're continuing to search as well, Garreth, takes about 10 minutes to find all this stuff, but you can roll 1d4 as well. I'll get to Elkhorn in just a moment. Okay, 4. So you can roll 4 times on the Feywild trinket table as well.
Ooh.
Since we're not gonna probably come back up here, I will also look around this room while the Boggles are looking at me, because I'm sure they'll just follow me around while I'm.
Yeah, they will for the time being. Okay, so while you're going through all those little trinkets and adding them to your inventory, no doubt, you see Elkhorn.
Ooh.
Yeah, apparently. You see Elkhorn, and when he meets your gaze there, Vaike, he obviously
a hug. Yeah, no.
steps forward and says, you've grown a bit. Last time I remember, you didn't fly either.
You know, comes with the territory.
Still covered in blood, as per usual.
You know, honestly,
It
it's
looks like
like
Ulric's. God.
honestly, I don't even know if it's my blood, it's someone else's blood. I don't even know.
Aye, well. Don't call your Crimson Fist for nothing. And Ulric, your appetite seems to have changed.
Oh.
It's
I'm
good
gonna
to
go,
see
like,
you're
pick
getting
'em up.
your iron.
Well, it's in the name.
Hey, what did I say about picking up dwarves?
Oh, sorry. It's offensive.
We like to keep our feet on the ground. So, did you manage to find the others?
The others.
The other who's?
The other members of Valor's Call?
The other members of Valor's Call
Aye.
is here.
Yeah,
We
there's
know-
more than just you.
Yeah, we know they're there because Lamorna showed us, but he got separated from the others, I think.
Oh,
Aye.
Ulric's stupid.
Yeah, it makes stupid.
Well, I guess I should explain. we came looking for you. It's been 8 years, Vaike.
We've been gone for 8 years.
We thought the worst.
Yeah, so Vaike's just gonna like sit.
You don't mean like actual years, right? That's not what you mean.
Like since
More or
we
less.
since it's been 8 years since we left the Haymaker.
Think so. I started to lose count of the years, but certainly years. And everyone was worried sick. You mentioned about going back to the carnival, and I figured you'd be back by now, back in the Haymaker, making a name for yourself, but I figured you must have extended your trip. And then I got word from Strongheart, and he said his apprentice was missing. Same circumstances. Went to the carnival. And that's when I figured, shite, must have happened again. Not the first kids to go missing, let's put it that way. So,
We don't go missing. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light knew we were here.
aye, well, we were informed. They told us you'd gone through the magic mirror. Well, it took us into that forest.
Oh, you got into a
Yeah,
forest then?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Because we didn't. We got in a swamp.
Well, I remember we were thinking if you'd been gone so long that we'd need to go. We'd need to make up for lost time. I can't remember what the old geezer said, but some sort of rhyme about going back in time to find you lot. Pick up where you left off, sort of thing. I wouldn't be able to explain it any better than they. Point being is, we came looking for you, and I'm just glad you're all right. We gotta find the others now. Let them know you're safe.
Where's the last place you'd seen him?
Well, Molliver, as you know, she went off on her own, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
She had,
Checks out.
she disappeared into the mists. But Strongheart and the others, they went back. They searched out the palace.
Oh, back in the swamp or the palace here?
No, the palace. He kind of like looks out a window. What was it called? I think it was something like the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Oh. Above table. I thought that was in swamp. Is that here in the forest?
It was maybe barely visible from hither, but no, it's. They said no, it's high up above the clouds, sort of.
Something.
North, I suppose. He kind of scratches his head. Near the top of Prismere, at least. Don't know much about cardinal directions in this place, but you'll be happy to see you're safe, Vaike, and you as well, Notus.
So it's been 16
Don't think we've
years.
been properly introduced.
Notus is having a showdown with this boggle on the staircase.
Oh, was it? Okay. Then the boggle would retreat away, maybe disappearing through its portal, just vanishes. But you can try to give chase if you want. There is a door on that staircase.
No, that's fine. If no one else seems bothered by them, then I'll leave it. But
yeah, they're not fighting or anything. They're just trying to be a nuisance, if anything. But they've disappeared into the shadows. At this point, Benzie kind of rushes in as well and sees Yvelda. Says, "Oh, my beautiful daughter, there you are. I thought you were eaten up by a hag or something horrible." And Yvelda says, "No, but I made lots of pretty things, I guess." And she shows like Benzie some of her work. Benzie's like in awe of it. I didn't know you were so good with your hands. Well, your mother would be proud. Should we get you back home? And she says, "Yeah, let's. I want to get out of here. But what about everyone else?" And he looks around to seeing all the other kids, Pogo and Caliban. Says, "Have you got parents as well? Do you need to get it back home safe?" And they kind of all nod, like, "Yeah, we've got families as well, somewhere in the forest. I'm not sure I would know my way back though." Benzie looks towards you guys. And Will says, "It's all right. They can stay with us in Little Oak. Little Oak knows the forest better than anyone. He can march you back home." Oh, that settles that then. He turns back to the rest of you guys. Says, I don't know how to repay you all. You saved my daughter, and I clearly wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
Come here, Benzie. Bring him into a hug. You being here
Oh.
was all the thanks I needed.
Oh, Miss Benzie. Mr. Benzie. If people ask,
Yes.
there was a huge Jabberwock sighting near this tree. Like just now.
What?
Have you
I
seen
don't
all
understand.
those tin men? They were
Oh,
taken out by a
yes,
Jabberwock. If people ask, of course.
Were they?
Yes.
Oh,
What else could have been it?
okay. Make a persuasion check for him. Because you never really truly saw inside. I guess you could try and have him believe it. Okay. D6. Well, that's certainly terrifying. I'll make sure people are warned that the Jabberwock is back and prowling the forest again. Mhm. All right, come along, daughter. Let's leave. And
It's
he's
upstairs.
happy to start making his way out.
Goodbye, Benzie. Stay safe.
You too.
There's a way out in the other room near the stove.
Sorry, those stairs go up to a balcony that has a ladder
Oh, okay.
that goes back down. Anyway, all right. So, what's next? Notus. Do you want to do anything?
Pick up my longbow arrows, retrieve them from the bodies, because I don't have so
Okay,
many of those.
Give me a survival check.
Yeah.
A lot of them look like they got bent on impact from hitting the tin soldiers, and snapped. Unfortunately,
I didn't shoot any of the tin soldiers. What are you talking about?
Well, you can't find them either way.
Yeah, that's fine.
You need a. Never
Take the
mind.
broken one.
Garreth to the rescue. And you can't find any because Garreth walks up to you and has a handful of them, and gives you back half of what you spent.
Take the broken ones anyway.
I don't know where these came from. Enjoy.
Thank you.
They're like the size of him. It's kind of adorable. But all right, so you can get half back with that. So however many you used up in that fight.
11. I had 17. And now I have 6. Yeah, 11.
Okay, so get back 6.
Cool.
Back up to 12. Okay. All right. Then let's deal with Star next, because
Stars and
they
my
seem
hood, I
to
guess.
see they're hiding at the moment. They seem to be a little bit wary of everyone else. There's a lot going on right now. Crowds, people, danger.
I'll walk downstairs just to rejoin the group because
Who's got the ball?
Garreth.
Garreth does. Yep.
Star! Look!
You need
I
someone
got your
remembered.
ball!
And as soon as you pull out the little mirror ball, you see the small head of of Star poke out, and they let out like a meow, and they do hop out of your hood and approach Garreth, and their like shy demeanor suddenly evaporates, and they're suddenly all playful, and their tentacles reach out and start playing and like batting the ball back and forth across the floor. And then Star kind of looks towards you all, and there seems to be a notion they understand why you're here, and they kind of hug the mirror ball tightly, and they start maybe looking around for someone that isn't here, and they let out like a meow, like calling for perhaps Sturlagron.
Oh. Durlicron is at the carnival still.
I'll go ahead and
They
do
kind of
this.
tilt their head. They sort of tilt their head as you say, Star is a monstrosity, so technically speak with animals won't work in this case. But Star is still tilting their head when you say the word carnival. You can see that it is kind of twist towards you.
Hold
Durlicron
up.
is still at the carnival, right, Elcorn?
Oh, right. Yes. Yes, your
Yeah.
mother is worried sick. Should probably get you back. But not sure there is a way back.
Well, we know a way back,
I'm
but
not
we
sure.
don't know when
You
we
do?
get back. Yeah.
Ah. Right. Well then. I guess at least we can get you all back. Safe and sound.
Oh,
Oh,
Who?
Well, everyone. We came in here searching for Notus and Vaike and Ulric.
fortunately, it's work to be done, you know. Job's
You know
not
there's a
finished.
reason we went in here. We're not done yet.
Ah,
we haven't retrieved Notus's eyes yet.
We haven't gotten Bird his whatever back. We haven't gotten Hannah back. We haven't gotten Ulrich his coin pouch back.
And Sibylla still asleep.
And Zaelong still sleeping.
I was worried you'd say that. But, look, there's another thing. Maybe, not sure if you're aware of or not, but we came in here and not just because of you guys, but we were also pursuing, the League of Malevolence.
Oh yeah, we've seen them.
And we tussled with him. I punched Zargash in the face.
Yeah, have you seen Zargash? We
Mhm.
still have unfinished business with them.
Yeah, he almost died.
I heard he was here. I haven't seen him. But, that's what the others were setting off to do as well. Hunt him down before he could do any, bad. But, well, the plan was always to get you guys out into safety. And then we'd take care of the rest.
Come on. You think we're gonna sit out of this? Don't you know who you're talking to?
Besides, now it seems like the roles are reversed. Seems Strongheart is missing.
And you needed us
Ah.
to save you.
He starts stroking his beard. Yes, it does appear the tables have turned. And I told Strongheart this. He was like, "Don't worry, the big guns will take over once we get him to safety." And I was like, "Really? You don't know Vaike after all?" I told him. And what you're telling me is exactly what I told him. So it's no surprise that you're willing to fight on. And you're right, I have lost contact with the others. I don't know how long it's been in that dank little cell of mine, but feels too long. It feels like Strongheart would have come and busted me out by now. So now I'm worried something's happened to him. As for Molliver, he shrugs. Couldn't tell you.
Well,
But
we should make sure all the children are out and take what we can and leave. I'm sure between me and
right.
Garreth, we could make it look like he was saying something about a Jabberwock. We could make it look like that's what happened here.
yeah. Sorry,
Mhm.
don't mean to be rude, but who are you? Are you friends of the rest? Another lost soul, perhaps?
I am lost.
Yeah. Well, if your home is in the material plane, then
Yes, sir.
yes. Kester, right. He thinks for a moment. I gotta remember Ringelrung saying something about Kester.
Kester is
That
where the
might have been
carnival
in.
was like, well, 8 years ago for us.
Ah, right. And of course, that's where Notus is from as well, and
Yeah,
Garreth. So.
and me.
Hmm.
And Hannah.
That's
Small
where the
world, I
Fort of
guess.
Valor's Call is.
Indeed.
I believe that
Oh, looks.
I believe that you preferred the North Tower, Mr. Elkhorn.
He looks back at you. There's. Right. That I did. I forget that. Well, I guess we have some sort of fame. I don't like to tout around that I'm some sort of celebrity, though. I'll leave the spotlight to these two. He pokes at Ulric and Vaike.
We should go see about the kid that was sick. We may be able to help them now that we have some time, but we will need to get them all out of here. We have not had an
Right.
opportunity.
Yeah.
I will go up to that particular room and hall.
Yeah. So, all right.
I'll
You guys
head
want to go
the,
together?
Yeah, we
I was
can.
gonna
Let's
gonna
stay
head-
as a group. I think.
I was gonna head off with Elkhorn separately. Maybe go to the room where his armor
Okay.
was and help him put his armor on. Just the two of us.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
I'll take 10 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
Vaike, you go in here.
And Goltik can come too.
Ultic is
Notus,
still
you
hiding.
Yeah, he's
Notus,
Probably
you would
hiding
have
in this room,
seen.
though.
Notice you would have seen as soon as Garrett Baird was coming down the stairs. I imagine he came down around the time Elkhorn said 8 years. You would have seen Baird's like emotions go completely dark hearing 8 years.
I miss him for Vaike. Vaike's absolutely devastating.
I don't know what like to feel hearing 8 years, but judging from like the fact that you all went like dark for a minute, I know it's bad.
As I'm helping Elkhorn with his armor, I'm just ask him, did you run into somebody named Muse in the carnival?
Muse, well, let me think. Well, when we arrived, it was quite a bit of a commotion, obviously. Whenever Valis shows up, they see a the paladin in shining armor with a winged helmet, everyone loses their mind. So we gathered quite a crowd. I remember that. And when we told them who we're looking for, I do remember someone, young tiefling. I think she came forward. She said something about you, actually. She looked very concerned. And she did say that if I ever find you, that Muse was asking for after you.
All right. That's what I needed to hear. Thank you, Alcorn.
Of course. And I think you got this chainmail on back to front, laddie.
Oh, sorry. Golta, give me a hand.
Oh, right, of course.
What matters is whether the
Get
controller
to...
is and I think
The hell?
Apologies, my phone fucking went off.
The fuck?
Good to meet you, by the way, Mr. Alcorn.
Yeah, Alcorn, this is Sir Goltic. He's my squire.
Oh, well, a pleasure. Is he even teaching you well? And Glottic's like covered in wounds and from the battle, you can tell. And he says, yeah, Vaike's a great teacher. I don't think I'd be alive without him. And Alcorn says, probably wouldn't be in this situation either.
Hey, he nominated himself. He rose to the occasion. How could I say no?
Well, you definitely got his fighting spirit.
He's got a mix of you and Strongheart's teachings going on. I pretty much just regurgitated what you guys taught me.
All right. Well then, yeah, you help him get into his armor. At which point, by the way, over the course of the 10 minutes, your Charm of the Monarch would actually run out.
It lasts for an hour.
Does it? Oh, okay. Then, was it really an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet.
I got one more hour of this
Never mind
course.
then.
Let me have it. It's the last one.
Never mind. I'll come back to that later then. Right. The other children. Who's going there?
I will go.
Willas, of course, as well.
Yeah. Notice. If they're sick, there might.
Actually,
We might need some.
Will says, I don't trust these boggles, actually. I'm going to stay here with the other kids.
Okay. Notice if you and Ulric, we might maybe Scab kept medicine or something.
Yeah, we can look for it, but as long as Ulric promises not to eat it.
I won't eat it. That medicine's gross anyway.
All right.
It.
Where would she keep that?
Some medicine is made of mushrooms.
Oh wait, really? I mean, nah, I wouldn't eat it still.
Maybe a cupboard. She has a
I'm just gonna
garden. You can check the garden.
Look to the kids. Do you know where she keeps the medicine?
What medicine?
I don't know. Does she give you any if you're sick?
Oh, no. Not really. We just lay in bed and kind of get through it, I guess. And one of them says, "Oh yeah, poor Brotor. He's been sick for a while. I think he ate something in the garden he wasn't supposed to."
Right. Okay.
Could try any of the storerooms, the kitchen, the garden.
I doubt it'd be in
Okay,
the kitchen, but definitely check the storerooms. So we'll just go through them one by one, I guess. All
We
right,
checked out her room.
check out all the rooms. Might take some
Okay.
time.
And keep anything of interest you find while you're doing so.
Define of interest.
Trinkets.
Okay.
Trinkets or maybe
Garrett's already swept all of those up. He's already gone through, collected all the arrows, collected all the trinkets, and like.
Is there anything else?
Got his
I guess
little
I
hands
guess
on
anything
everything.
anything else that seems valuable or interesting to us.
Anything that he hasn't already snatched. Okay. He's the true little loot goblin here. Now, there is some bottles in the kitchen that obviously either contain ingredients for recipes and such, but there is also perhaps bottles that look like they might be of a magical nature. Let me see. Well,
Who would like to keep a working list of everything we find in Loomsearch? Or are we just going to add it to our sheets as we go?
What I find, I add to my sheets.
Okay.
Little goblin.
okay. So those looking for stuff, medicine, and the like, can give me an investigation check.
I'll give Bardic Inspiration a notes before she leaves so she can use it on it. If she wants
She
to.
ain't need it.
The brain cell is active.
Brain cell is active. I repeat, brain cell is online.
Brain cell is real.
It is.
Do you want the Bardic just for some insanity, or do you...
I mean, nah, it should be alright.
I kept them back on a short rest, so... But I only have one right now, so...
It's fine,
Well,
hold
actually,
on
I
to
have
it.
three. I have 3 and 4, actually.
You might
I have
need to
3 of
hold
them,
on
so-
to it.
Okay,
Yeah. What if the hag comes back right now?
okay.
If the hag comes back right now, we
Okay.
run!
We dead.
Okay.
I'm gonna...
Bandolier bottles. All right. So you find it looks like she has been using some ingredients for certain things. You can roll me a D8 notice. It's always a D8. And with that being a 20, you can roll 2. And I'll even add one specific one as well. Yeah, go ahead.
3!
Okay, so
But also 5 and 3 makes 8.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Wow.
it does, which is perfect because I will give you the 8 as well. All right, the 5 is a bottle labeled potion of whatever resistance, and the 3 you see a bottle that's called straight whiskey, and one of the kids says, "Medicine. This is what Granny used to say was her medicine." If that's what you're looking for.
Granny drinking whiskey. To be fair, my nan used to
Yeah,
do that
you
too
see,
when
Granny-
my mum took her shopping.
Yeah. She said Granny needs her medicine. Go fetch the bottle. And so this is the one I'd go get.
Wow.
Yeah.
Granny's an alcoholic for sure.
I just imagine like there's me and Ulric kind of like, you reckon this is it? We're like sniffing it, and then one of us is just kind of like sticking their finger in to taste it. We both just find the whiskey, and we're just like,
Yeah, I think this is the medicine.
Well, what's the eighth thing?
Okay. The eight. One of the kids says, "This is what Brotor had. They tried to have some of this stuff from the garden, and then Granny, she took the rest of it and made this potion out of it. And she said it's meant to deliver vengeance against thieves." She has lots of this stuff. She always carries like a bandolier of things, and she's always got some of this stuff on her. So to look at this and identify it will require either an identifier spell or something. Oh wait.
Hmm?
We have the iron
Actually-
stomach. We'll just have him take us out.
Some of you do recognize this as like a familiar red sloshing liquid that looks like a healing potion. Kind of smells like it too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that's potion?
Do you want to take a swig of it? All right.
Don't do that. You know,
I like offer it up. You want to give it a go?
Oh yeah.
Wait. I'm
Not
ready.
the whole thing, just like
Okay.
taste it.
I just just a little,
Just a sip.
just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, give
Like,
me a
You can survive
Constitution
eating
save.
like a red cap's like sickle and boots. I'm assuming that you can taste test this fine.
All right.
It does in fact taste like a superior healing potion.
Woo. But
Except- But you're immediately poisoned, and yeah, even on a sip, this stuff is lethal.
yeah.
You take
Yeah.
10 points of poison damage too, and yeah, you immediately it starts having a very negative effect inside your stomach, but you actually want to go out and bath.
It's got a little kick to it.
I uncork the whiskey and offer him that next.
I think I'll die.
Oh no. Okay. You take a swig of the whiskey. Is that, if you're
No,
Notus
I
is
think
offering.
I'll
I
die.
literally said he feels like he's gonna die. That's
Oh,
his face.
no,
Okay.
I think that'll kill me.
Okay. Yeah. You're probably gonna bath it up any moment, but it's still like rolling around in your stomach. It feels like there is a fight between you and the grey ooze right now, just like battling it out. It's like your stomach's become the new haymaker.
Oh my god.
Wait, so this healing potion poisoned you?
it's
It's not a healing potion.
it's fake healing potion. It's a
Oh.
I'm
it's a
good.
poison.
Oh, the kids say, "Oh, that makes sense now. Why she says it's supposed to be for thieves. I think she wanted you guys to find that."
Well, we're not
Yeah.
thieves. We're just doing, you know.
Yeah, we're
I'm
the
not
good
there.
guys.
They
I'm
say
not
it's for thieves,
Yeah.
so I put it back, hoping it's just gonna reverse what's happened. We've technically not stolen it if we put it back, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the
if it's
kids
not
shrug.
for us, then it's
I put it back. How do
Okay,
you
make me
feel?
another con save. Make me another con save, Ulric.
Okay. Okay.
Oh god. No. no, he's still feeling bad. That's not good.
I think I'm feeling better.
Oh no, Ulric, you actually are feeling worse. That is another 16 points of poison damage.
I think I'm dying. Oh, God, I don't know. I don't feel like this often.
Are you asking? Are you calling for
Yeah,
help?
he looks really rough.
I think
Yeah.
this is what dying's like.
Guys, Ulrich doesn't look so good.
No, I'm.
Oh no! Help! This one.
I think his stomach's finally turning.
God, what is this, Garreth? What is this spell?
It's his feet.
It's my feet.
Oh, right. Oh, God. Okay. So Garreth rushes back into the room and describe what everyone else sees.
Well, there's a thing. I don't know if I grow or not. What do you mean? Just anyway.
It's trying to cast a spell on you, but the thing is, it's a saving throw spell, but you can fail it by choice.
Yeah,
so
you choose
it's-
auto fail it. All right, so you're. What does everyone see as you're running into the room and you see Ulrich like choking and frothing at the mouth?
You see like a. Do I grow as well or not?
You might momentarily, but you might shrink back down. But
Yeah.
despite the
So-
size, what is happening?
Yeah, you'll see like a golden shiny Garreth sort of running in or blowing in like the winds. And usually where there is a scent of cinnamon, now there is the scent of fresh baked bread. Coming through! Coming through!
Some sort of art that goes along that line, but imagine more bread. Okay, so
He's,
instead of leaves, it's like
finally, he's
it's
finally
like
a
wheat.
gingerbread man.
Yeah.
He is. All right, you get up to where Ulric is and cast Lesser Restoration, and immediately that scent of bread seems to overpower your senses and it forces up that poison out of your system, and you puke it up onto the floor.
Oh, if you can do that again, that might be the thing that we need to save the kid. You might be the solution.
No, I can only do this once.
Well,
That was probably useful though to stop whatever was taking place. 'Cause,
I was
I have to keep track
okay.
of 3 failures and 3 successes on that thing, and he was one more failure away from something very bad.
And the kid only ate one flower or one
He ate
mushroom or
the
whatever
raw
it's made of.
ingredient.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he's
according to the
not
kids,
as
he
bad.
ate the raw ingredient. It was a flour of some sort.
flower.
But this clearly Granny has made like a concentrated version of it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well,
that was
I
something.
thought you said you could eat anything.
Yeah, I thought I
He
could
could
too.
eat anything,
I don't think I've eaten poison before.
because
though.
not everything
Straight-
does agree with him.
Yeah,
Oh.
maybe not poison. Or at least not yet.
I thought you said it was a healing potion.
I thought it was too.
you
Add 3
see
more
a
HP.
pseudopod. Okay, I'll heal him a bit. You see a pseudopod come out of his mouth and like shakes it like a fist at Notus.
Well, you shouldn't even be there, so that's your own fault.
Whoa, this is his new home now. He's
Yeah, and
taking
he did
residency.
it. So it's his fault.
Don't listen to her.
It slinks it back down your throat, and then you can feel it like resting on your stomach like a hammock, trying to recover. All right. Okay. Well, you've got a bottle of. Well, it's called Spite of Nightshade. You can put that onto your sheet.
Oh no, I put that back.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. You don't have the Spite of Nightshade.
I was told
Still,
it was to deter thieves, and if I'm not stealing
That's
it,
true.
that's fine.
And then yeah. Okay. What's next? You want to go
Well, we
upstairs
know
and
that
see
it's-
this kid?
Yeah, I was gonna go and see what I could do.
Anyone else needing healing?
Hmm.
I got more.
You could come up and try to help the kid.
That's the other room, right?
It's the other. What does Pud respond to me when I walk in the room?
Okay. Yes, we'll get to that now. So, as you step upstairs, you see, and so like, you see a workhouse dormitory. It seems to be nestled in the tree boughs and has round windows overlooking a wooden balcony. Lining the walls are 10 child-sized bunks outfitted with patchwork quilts and straw-stuffed pillows. A young male dwarf lies on one of the bunks, coughing and drenched in sweat, while an older lad mops his brow with water from a bucket. Two doors exit the room, one onto the balcony and one in, obviously, the one you just come up from. And yeah, as you kind of come up the stairs, Pud like backs away and looks around for like something to defend themselves with, maybe like the bucket or something. And he says, "Oi, who are you? Stay back!"
I'm here to help Brotor.
He looks back at the bed. Says, "You don't look like a doctor.
No.
How can I trust you?"
Ed will hold out his hands and go, I work to help people. That's what I do.
Help people. I saw what you did to the Redcaps and the Tin Soldiers. Hey, you!
Hmm?
Stay back! Stay away from him! You see Pud kind of trying to defend the bedside as you appear as well, Garreth.
It's gonna be okay. You'll be fine. Don't worry.
No! You guys are killers! He is not under any injury. Cure Wince does nothing.
Oh.
He has no physical injuries on him.
Does Garreth tell me about
but
the
if
poison?
Hmm.
if you are going to touch him though with Cure Wounds, Pud will actually try to shove you away. You can give me an athletics check, Gareth. It seems quite feeble, but seems you're quite feeble in this form as well.
Mm-hmm.
Baird will go, we just want to help Brotor. He ate something?
Yeah, but your enemies are of Granny. You came in here, ransacked the place, and destroyed all her creations. You're not to be trusted.
If I look at Brotor, How does he look? Like if I like touch his face and I try to.
He's coughing and drenched in sweat. Looks like shit.
With the knowledge of the potion, flowers, nightshade, is there any cure that, like in stories and legend that are known to, like mythology, or like storytelling, things that would that are just like in fairy tales known to cure poison?
Possibly, but there's, by the sounds of it, not many that are growing in in Scabatha's garden. Sounds like she's growing more, poisonous things, deadly things, malicious things.
I'll look at Pud and I'll go, I know of a place that can save it, but you have to trust me.
Okay, roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yeah, I will add.
13, huh?
You know what? Can I do anything here?
And Garreth and Baird, you can roll insight checks as well. Boy. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Anything? Would you saying adding something?
I was gonna say calmly. And we're the only ones who could take him there.
Take him where?
With an insight of 23.
We haven't got to that part yet.
Okay.
This is your persuasion check, which you're saying you wanted to add something to?
I was debating on. I was seeing if I could use anything to do it, but I don't believe it.
Okay. Okay.
Unless I charm him. But
he seems completely unmoved from your your persuasion. He says, "Sounds all kind of like a way to trick me. You haven't said exactly where or exactly how."
I'll
I
hold
saw
up
what
my
you did down there.
I hold up my hand and I go calmly. I look at Garreth and I go, I solemnly swear with all that I am that I will do everything that I can do to save Brotor, and that the place I can take him would likely be one of the safest places he could ever go. He won't die, he won't be hurt, he won't be petrified. And I'm willing to swear it.
You see two boggles slinking out of the shadows as you're saying this. From underneath the bed, one from underneath like a crack in the window, they appear. And they kind of begin to whisper to him, but loud enough for you guys to hear. And they say, "They killed Cradlefall. They murdered him."
Baird looks and goes, is shocked, because Baird has no idea Cradlefall's dead. What?
Another one says, "Chucklehead lies unconscious outside. The Banshee has turned on us.
I look
Lord
at the boggles and I
Captain
just calmly go, if you let Braetor die, you both will be fighting over the last one that remains.
Another boggle whispers. This went through Pincushion in the fire. We saw it. Mishka's boggle
Well-
told us.
Pincushion deserved it.
Pod looks at you with fury in his eyes. Get away! Both of you! You hear just the poor coughing and wheezing from Brotor. Pod will not let you get anywhere near them. And Baird, Garreth, it's at this point from the insight checks, you can tell Pod seems not only fiercely protective of Brotor, but seems to see you as complete enemies. Like he sees you as an outside threat that is here to endanger them, take them away, and when he hears about Cradleful, he firmly believes, and Pincushion especially, he firmly believes you are murderers.
Barrett is going to take a deep breath and sort of think to himself as he just kind of goes,
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of a good wording. I'm going to do this and I'm going to use a spell, but I'm going to look at Pud, I'm going to go, all we want to do is save him. Why don't you come with us and let us save him?
Oh man, suggestion. Okay, what's your DC?
My DC, it is
Insane.
a DC, I believe it
16
is.
then.
It says with the.
That one. Damn. Well, it's 15 actually. Okay. And if you could repeat that back to me, you said, "Let us take him
let us take him and come with us. Let us take him and let us save him."
Okay. All right. The boggles turn and they can tell what's going on here for sure. And the boggles are like, "No, Pud, don't listen to them." But Pud's eyes kind of glaze over. His frown settles suddenly, and his arms that are kind of like outstretched, stopping you from getting anywhere near him, suddenly fall to the side. The buggles growl in your direction, Baird, but Pud seems to step away and says, "Okay, Brotor, these are gonna help you get better. Come on." And he begins to like pull away the covers and lift up Brotor, who does seem to be several years younger than him. Pud looks like he's about 12, whereas Brotor's probably only. Actually, does tell me.
Because there's one
with an
place.
insight check, you probably tell.
Yeah. Where Baird is intending is Lamorna.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Understood.
So when we leave, we will be taking Raytor and Pud to Lamorna. We'll be doing that quickly. We probably won't be staying too
Okay.
long.
All right.
Just long enough to set up our scene, and because it seems like we've gotten
Pud-
everything if we've got Pud and Brotor and
Bud picks him up and begins to
yeah.
follow you.
Okay. Is there any remaining rooms that we haven't looked in and stuff?
Both boggles vanish into their pocket portals and slink away after witnessing this.
I'll call out to the boggles if they can. I say, you can follow us. You won't be hungry. I can promise you that. Ask your
And
friend.
you hear them
They'll
kind
know.
of. You can hear from the shadows saying, "Oh, don't worry. We intend to."
At this,
Okay.
finding out that Cradlefall is dead, Baird is gonna go and find them.
Okay.
Uh,
You do.
I'll
You
I'll
find
have
them right at the bank.
yeah. I'll Squeamish
It
and Red
looks as
went.
though
Because
Squeamish and
had-
Red are. They look like they were fighting for their life. Squeamish is still unconscious, laying on a table, with bad poison burns. I guess no. It looks like he was coughing and wheezing as well. He's covered in cuts from where the
Please.
mimic bit into him. Squeamish is actually just above bloodied as well, and he's resting in one of the chairs, keeping an eye on Squeamish. But yeah.
Can I pick up? I'll pick up Cradlefall and hold them close. Like I'm not holding them like they're
Mhm.
a monster.
Okay. Yeah, you can do so. They've been slashed down onto the ground, and their tongue is kind of hanging out. Scales
Oh,
are bloodied,
I
and
think
their
at this
eyes are
point,
closed.
me and Garreth would start setting up the scene to make it look like the Jabberwock had done a bunch of destruction here.
Hmm. Okay. There lies in the corner Cradlefall's little jack-in-the-box as well.
Oh,
The lid's open.
is there anything inside of it? If I glance over,
Maybe just like a few snacks that were like left in there for him. Maybe a little like soft pillow at the bottom where he would like rest in.
can I sing to Cradlefall in Draconic? I will sing the nursery rhyme that is their namesake.
Hmm.
Hopefully they could sleep.
Yeah. All right. And you sing this tune aloud, and Red looks up for a moment and realizes what's going on, and then he just tilts his hat down to sort of cover his face. Okay. Whilst that is happening, I'll go back to Notus and Ulric actually. Squirt will mention, there's other kids in Loomsearch. We should probably go find them at some point. You're still missing Roth and Wendell? I think they're in the sorting room.
what?
Dang,
Who?
how many kids are there?
Too many.
I still don't comprehend the talking oil can.
I think there's a
You don't have to
door-
comprehend.
There was the
I'm
door under
literally
the
just
stairs.
staring at it.
There was a door under the
Yeah,
stairs
he's
and the
staring.
other that you had seen Notice is, I believe, where it would
Yeah,
be.
yeah. Squirt will lead you there if you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just
Alright.
lean to Ulric.
Follow
I
me
don't
then.
trust it. not
At this
be able
point,
to
you're
talk.
fully. Elkhorn's also fully equipped now. at this point.
Awesome.
So you can see Notus and Ulric running down the corridor, following the oil can, bouncing along. And as Squirt's like, come on, this way, his voice suddenly cuts out as he enters into the silence of Clapperclaw. Although I think that might have started to run out by now. Clapperclaw seems to have been staring off up at the stairs, making sure that Boggle doesn't come back down. And has thoroughly scared them off with that unsettling presence. Squirt points at the door with their spout and says, "Through there. I don't have hands, so you'll have to... There you go." Wow, shot it in Ulric's face, why don't you? That's rude.
I already poisoned him. It can't get much worse.
That's true.
I'm okay.
Okay. So in this room, it's a sewing room, and there's also shelves with all sorts of sorted fabrics, and you hear actually, well, no, you don't hear much because you've already dealt with Pincushion. There's a plump halfling boy and a young fluffy bugbear that sit at workbenches, and yeah, there's a big carpet across the floor, shelves filled with fabrics. Sewing room has rolls and bobbins of thread, knitting needles, and pincushions, as it happens. And one of the child does look up at you and goes, "You're not Pincushion? Oh, who are you?"
No, we're the good guys. We're coming to save you guys from this place.
I'm literally dressed as Will.
I'm all bloody
Oh,
and
yeah.
bruised and just beat up.
Actually, one of them would recognize you as Will, I guess. And Roth says, "That's Will, Dunderhead. He's come to save us, remember? He said he'd come back for us." And Wendell's like, "Oh, right. So we can leave?" He begins to stand up from the corner. Whilst Roth hops down from one of the stools near the shelves. "So we can really go
Yeah.
home?"
Yeah, you can get on out of here.
The rest of the children are gathering down the corridor.
Great. Okay. We'll go there right away. They begin to make their way to the door. When, let's see. Yeah. Okay. As they get past you, and off of the carpet, you suddenly see the carpet flick, and its tassels whip around your leg.
The minute you said carpet, I knew that was going to... You never specify carpet unless it's evil.
Oh, well, evil carpet? Oh my god, nat 20.
Evil carpet.
Evil carpet attacks the seamstress, and you are suddenly pulled out from underneath your feet with that tassel, and it drags you onto itself and begins to roll up rapidly. And Notus suddenly disappears from sight, but you can still see their form outlined in the rug, moving around. And yeah,
Just
you
a
are
pair of feet
restrained.
out of the bottom.
No, not again.
You're grappled, restrained, and I need you all to roll initiative inside here.
Oh my god.
And Squirt's like, "Ah! The rug of smothering!"
It's fine, I don't need to breathe. I'm good.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, you're right. Again.
This thing's whole thing!
I'm sure for
Every
Notus, this
time.
is just like mildly uncomfortable. Is this guy?
I'm probably still yelling in Oran, but you know, all the curse
Oh
words.
man.
This is so funny because
Every
it's the
time.
one person. It's always the one person.
Well, good thing I didn't go
Like,
first in
Hey,
this room.
it's
I
not the
guess.
one person. There's another person that doesn't need to breathe right now.
Right now, yeah, true. But since the start. Alright, Notice. You wanna roll on to initiative as well?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh dear. So Gloltic is panicked and immediately is like, what Vaike?
We gotta
should
kill this
I-"
thing,
And they draw their
we gotta-
long sword.
Yeah, no, we stab
Alright,
it. Stab it everywhere. Yeah.
That's okay. He rushes forward and stabs it with the longsword, and immediately you feel the sharp pain of a stabbing sword into your side. Notice you take. Let me
I just
check
wiggle
here.
one hand free and give him the finger from inside the rug.
Okay. You take 2 points of damage. The rug takes 2 points of damage, so it takes half. You take half of it, and yeah, you see. There's a little finger poking out, and it's like, it's infected with worms. Oops. He just kind of like tries to bat it away real quick.
Wait.
But Vaike, you're up next.
Goltic has multi-attack?
Oh, that was a bonus action.
Oh.
Flail.
No,
Ignore that.
Word. I was proud of you. I'll work on it.
He got his action surge.
That was his- Oh no.
Can I yank the no? So what I watched, it seemed like when he swung his sword at the rug, it did damage to
Mhm.
Notus. So if I punched
Yeah,
this
you
thing,
saw-
would that deal damage to
Okay.
Notus?
You can find out.
All right.
Probably.
Only one way.
Starts punching Notus in the face. I'll get you out of there. I'll go.
Don't worry, we're gonna save you.
Don't worry, Notus. I got you. Bam.
Why? You feel a rib crack as Vaike absolutely thumps the side of this, and you're like,
No one in this room is capable of handling this situation. Not a
No,
single person in this room.
We are so unequipped. I'm gonna
oh lord.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to trip the rug. So he has to make an
Okay,
athletics
trip the
check.
rug.
Yep.
Sure, I will make that.
I think trying to pull the rug off is probably the best choice.
Yeah.
It isn't actually immune to prone, so yeah, you do trip it up, and the rug falls onto its side like in a roll and is laying down on the ground. It's just like this Notus burrito laying on the floor. It's prone.
Great. I don't want to hit it again.
Don't.
You could try to push the rug. You could try to push the rug 5 feet.
I
didn't
use
know.
my-
I didn't know rugs have ribs. Whoa, they have bones. Oh,
I know. It didn't feel good when I punched it. No,
Yeah, it felt
that's-
hard. Yeah, like solid.
That's it for me.
I'll also say, because nearby are your two pixies, so I'll let them also have a turn right after you.
Oh, I mean, I guess they can come in. What spells do they got? Oh, can they do dispel magic on the rug?
If I hadn't used it already, I think I've.
One of
burnt
them-
these guys.
One of them did. I think that was the one that died.
It was. The other
Hmm.
two are fine.
Yeah, one of them like used the totem, and then the other one got polymorph maliciousness.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll say then they'll hear the noise. They're gonna flutter in here, but they're gonna have to dash to get there because they were in the workshop initially.
For sure.
So they'll rush in and be like, "Whoa, what's happening? What's happening? Ah! Oh,
Kill it! Kill it!
That
Hit it as
Notus-
hard as you can.
that... hit it!" They look at their tiny little hands.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know,
just get rid of the rug.
the solution to all your problems isn't just hitting stuff. You know.
Not
Notus.
it is.
That's what my therapist said. But
You-
what is that guy now?
Yeah.
Okay, at the start of your turn, Notus, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you are crushed inside this rug. But you still have your turn. You're just restrained and blinded.
Hmm.
Isn't Notus immune to blinding?
They have blind sight. They aren't immune to the condition, but it just means now they can't see beyond 10 feet.
The only thing that I can potentially do in this situation is try to wiggle my way free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead. Roll me a acrobatics check. You got wait. Restrain give you disadvantage?
It was
Nope,
going to
doesn't
land
need
on
it.
a
Looks like-
19, and then you said disadvantage, and it landed on a 1. Damn you!
Yeah. It looks as though this rug really has a vendetta, almost as if it knows what you've done to its brethren all the years, cutting up its kind.
Oh my god.
This is revenge.
This is revenge, yeah.
I don't
How
get
dare you
smothered
use their
by a
body
shambling
parts.
mound. Instead, I get smothered by a rug. I don't know what's more embarrassing.
Ulric.
Or eat this thing.
Oh my god. That's a little sketch.
I know I look like a burrito, but please do not.
Oh my god. Can I try to just rip the rug open? I don't want to punch it, but can I can I try to make it let go? Should I open it up?
Let me see.
I could bite it, but that's last resort.
Could eat it.
Okay. I will. It's going to be tricky of just how rolled up it is in this
Yeah.
instance. But I'll let you roll an athletics check with disadvantage.
All right.
Jeez.
Roar.
All right. Well, let me get the rug out and see what I get on this. It was closer than you think. Okay, so you begin to peel back, and you're stamping down with a foot, using maybe your horns to unroll it, and you do manage to get Notus out of there. They are free, and the rug is still flailing around on the ground as you've stamped on its
prone.
tassels, and it is prone. Yeah. So you've got it. You've got Notus free.
I just
Okay.
crawl out on all fours, just like, who stabbed me?
Hey,
Well,
who did that?
Who did that? Was it the pixies?
Pixies.
Oh, pixies.
Who broke one of your ribs?
who to
I
go
don't know.
Okay, guess that's
okay. Well,
I guess
that is your
that's
turn
it,
to
yeah.
do that, but you got him free. The
Yeah.
rug will rear back, still with it's bottom half stamped on, and it will look for a new target. Me next. No, I think it's gonna go for either Ulric or Gloltic.
Oh, I stepped all over you. I stepped all over you. Me next.
No, one is Vaike, two is Gloltic. All right, Vaike,
thank God.
it goes for you.
Yeah, I'd like
All
to
right.
see it try.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Yep, there it is. Bam!
It did, in fact,
Oh wait,
try.
it has to hit me? I thought I had I thought
Yeah.
I was contested.
No, it just gobbles you up and strangles you with its tassels, and you're choking on this thing. Okay, you are also restrained and blinded. And at the
Hit
start
me!
of your turn, you take 2d6 plus 3.
Hit me, someone! It got it off of Notus.
You can have
11.
Hell no.
Ah, yes, it's true. It'd be Gloltic's turn. Hit me. You say hit me.
Yes,
Ah,
yes,
all
Golden,
right.
hit me.
I'm coming. No, you're inside. I can't do that. I'll hurt you.
That would
He
be bad.
refrains. He just like hits with the flat of the blade and it kind of like spanks you inside.
Hey, whoa.
Oh,
Not sure who it was. It's your turn though, Vaike.
Um,
You wanna have the pixies try it?
yeah, can the pixies try to spell magic?
They can. All right. They've got spell magic loaded. You're right. Yeah, this one does still have a charge. All right, and then it has to roll versus its save DC. Oh,
Yeah.
succeeded. The rug will
Oh.
not be put down this time.
What about the other one?
The other one, yeah, it also has it ready actually as a charge. I've used Phantasmal Force with this at some point, but I don't remember when. All right, another con save.
Good.
Oh, they look around the room for maybe like a component to just sort of aid in this. And there's all sorts of like scissors and sewing tools. And yeah, one of them picks up a pair of sewing needles and then pulls them apart and says, "Rug, be gone!" And voo, you see the
Thread.
magic sort of, yeah, it unthreads the magic from them. And you see the tassels loosen around your throat and crumple around your shoulders. Now it looks like a majestic cape.
I'll collapse.
And that'll end
And play
combat.
dead. I'll play dead.
Kicking Vaike
oh
in
no!
the rug.
I think he's suffocated.
Yeah, I think so. I'll start like stepping on the rug. Start stepping on Vaike in the rug.
Get off
Yeah.
of me.
Oh.
It's always like this.
mhm.
No, oh yeah, for sure. So Gloltic's still like, no, hold on.
Not again.
I know mouth to mouth.
Wait. I'm okay. I'm okay. Get off
Help!
me.
Help him, Goldie.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Goltic. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I know CPR.
No, it's fine. It's really, I'm good. I'll stand up, dust myself up.
Who is CPR?
Yeah.
I don't know her.
All right, you dust yourself off, and yeah, it looks like the rug has collapsed.
Strokes per resuscitation.
Ah.
I am cutting up this rug and turning it into something.
Oh my god. Notus just starts mutilating this thing? Oh my god.
Stabbing it,
personal.
ripping it apart.
The pixies go over to the other like fabrics and like cover your eyes. They shoot.
But yeah, me and Garreth are going to set up what looks like a crazy battle scene.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
No,
Certainly.
I'm gonna continue cooking. That's what I was initially doing.
I'll set
Alcor
up-
needs foods.
Food. Elkhorn says, "Does someone say food?
Oh, does someone say food?
I'm starving."
I'm starving.
Maliciousness
Yeah,
could
I'm
walk
gonna
right by
continue
me if
cooking.
they- Maliciousness could walk right by me if you want someone to talk to maliciousness while I'm setting this up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll go talk to him. I love
I'm
demons.
out. Yeah, someone can. But I think
I'll do
it's. We'll just say everyone's together at this point,
Okay, yeah.
including Mischief.
We're on the
Cooking.
kitchen.
And
is-
the centerpiece of this battle is like off to the side, like they had been hit and like stabbed as a
Hmm.
like stabbed
Okay.
by one of these other red caps. I will put Cradlefall, who has a Jabberwock scale like clutched in their claws.
Right. You got it. Yeah, you sort of arrange these bodies in that, like however you said. Yeah.
Yeah, they were fighting a Jabberwock either outside or whatever, like wherever would be most like reasonable, and this place got like torn apart by this thing like squeezing through doorways and things.
Gotcha.
Just
some of the kids are like, so not all of us are from the Feybar. Some of us are from the carnival too.
we can send you back to
You
the
said there was a
carnival.
way
We don't.
back?
Yeah, we
You gotta trust some mushrooms.
Hmm.
I look at maliciousness off to the side and I go, I'll try to like motion like that we don't understand like the languages he speaks because last time we tried to talk to one of them.
No,
I'll
I
try to.
understand him.
Yeah.
No, I understand him. What's up, maliciousness? How's it going, man?
It looks around towards you and lets out a sort of a grunt of something, but you can see as they kind of bow their head, they are looking back towards you and the pixies. And it looks like they're appreciative of you and the pixies helping them get out. Because you were the one who like told them to, help them out. So out of everyone, maliciousness seems to show some appreciation towards Vaike.
No, anytime, man.
And
You
that
know.
they head over towards you and they're feeling around their stomach area where you see a gold flecked purple gem, and they begin to pluck at it with their claws. And as it comes free from them, he seems to like wipe off some of the soil that was stuck in it from being underground. And he again kind of bows their head and then offers it to you and hands it over.
I'll gesture for him to raise his head and put a hand on his shoulder as I take it from him. Yeah, thank you for the help in the fight, man. You didn't have to, but I'm glad you're doing all right.
Seem to say something in a demonic language. You have no clue.
Yeah, I'll bring him into a hug. That meant a lot, man. Thank you. He has such a way with words, guys. If you could understand him.
Sounds like he's got Gloltic's like sounds like he's got some phlegm. Gloltic like pats him on the back.
He speaks fluent common.
I picked this gem up, Chris.
Yeah.
Did anything happen to me?
Okay. Yes, there is actually, as it happens, and you feel a connection form with the gem, and it seems as though it's reaching out to your mind. The world around you starts to fade and spin. Colors blend together to form images in your mind's eye. And Elkhorn catches you as you kind of sit back down on one of the kitchen stools.
Yeah, I'll lay down flat.
And okay, all right. So, in that case, when your vision starts to stabilize, stop spinning, you realize you're seeing a small little cottage, the interior. It's like your camera is kind of like zooming in through the window and into the living room of this cottage, and you hear a voice calling out, recounting some sort of story. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a young girl named Cinderella with raven black hair. Her wicked stepmother treated her horribly. And you see 3 older girls stand in a decorated, cozy cottage, and they are surrounding a crying girl with torn clothes. The tallest of the girl is an eerie figure with sharp features, dressed entirely in black. The second has an oversized pair of bulbous eyes that sit deep within the folds of her greasy face. The third, and the smallest of the sisters, is a rosy-cheeked girl holding a doll with similar rosy-cheeked features as well. That doll is recognizable for sure. You've seen it before. But the stepsisters seem to... Yeah, indeed. Could not be anyone else. Doesn't look like they've aged a day. Where has been Cushion?
Dead. Gone. Burned
R.I.P.
to crisp. Nothing left.
They are all cackling at Cinderella, mocking her tears, while holding bits and pieces of her ruined outfit. A fourth figure, their hunched and elderly mother, approaches. Cinderella, said the evil stepmother, sneering down at the child. You can't go to the ball. Your cheek is all smudged. And with that, you see them grab the child and press her thumb into her cheek. You hear this sort of hissing sound as though skin is being seared. And this child screams in pain, twisting in her clutches. They all laughed at Cinderella and left the young girl in tears on the floor, a black, sooty burn underneath her eye. At which point you see the young girl flees away from the rest of the room, perhaps up into the attic, tears streaming down her face. What do you do, Vaike? You feel yourself in this room, watching this thing from a POV that's very close to the ground. Like you're looking up at all of the others, and you're like right up against the skirting board, and you feel like you're visually here and seeing this happen, and your glance sort of turns and sees the child running up the stairs.
Who I could assume are the three hags and their mom, are they still there or did they take off?
Yeah, they're all here. They're all cackling.
Do they
At least the
notice
stepsisters
me?
are. The mother is. No, they're all too distracted by what's going on, and it
Then
feels like your presence is very small. Like you know that kind of fisheye lens effect. It kind of like is like that in the room. Like everything looks massive to you.
then I'll sneak around and I'll go upstairs.
Okay, yeah, you scurry off, and you hop up one step at a time, and you
Takes me back.
twitch around the corner, and you peer through. There's a gap in this room, and as you push your head through, you feel your whiskers brush against the door frame as you scurry inside, and you see her. She is sat crying on her bed, and she seems to pull out a drawing, and her tears are like falling down onto the drawing. And as you use your little tiny claws to climb up to the bed, you can get a better look. It seems to be a beautiful fairy queen with long white hair that she's drawn. And you hear her voice. Please, fairy godmother, Cinderella said, between sniffles. Please use your power to let me go to the ball.
Is there a window in this room?
In the attic, yes, but it's like slanted and up against the the roof.
Could she fit through the window?
Yeah, I guess she could, but it's at an awkward angle to climb up.
Well, so I'm a mouse.
Mouse, rat, maybe. You're not sure.
I'm not the fastest
can
rat
look-
in Prismere, but
No,
I get the job.
you look
done.
around. Yeah, you get the. Yeah, it does feel vaguely familiar to when you were transformed into one of the rats, and you look
Not my
behind
first
you, you
time.
can see a
All
long tail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not your first rodeo.
It's not. Okay, I'm going to look around the room. They said that her dress was ruined.
Yep, it's all torn to pieces and shredded.
Could I channel my inner Notus, and could I be like one of the mice from Cinderella and make a new dress?
Cinderella.
Could I do that?
Amazing. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, you've seen Notus do this a few times.
Mhm.
Dream space, it does feel as though there's like this slight warping at the edges, almost as if everything you're viewing is some sort of fairy tale story that's layered on top of maybe the truth. And so, as you're thinking this and trying to shape it, the dream does feel lucid enough where you can sort of conjure up and magic the fixes to the dress. So yeah, you go about fixing all the little things. You're small enough that you can see all the tiniest details on the dress and sew it back together. And as you're doing this, I guess you also think of the rest of your party, especially Notus, and other little rats come scurrying out of the woodwork. It looks like you're not the only one who's made this place their home, and all these rats come together, and you're helping to direct them and work together to make this beautiful dress. And yeah, after a while, you see that the small child has taken notice of this, and they've looked around and they see the dress kind of in its completion. And she stops crying. She wipes away the tears, and she's like, "What? Amazing! Did you make this for me?
I'll nod.
You fixed my dress. Oh, you're the best." She like goes to like pick you up, like tickles your nose, and you're so cute as well.
Whoa. I'm super manly and handsome. I don't know if I can. Can I talk or no?
Sure. I mean, as you
Try.
say that, she's like, "What? And you can talk?" Okay.
Whoa, I can talk?
Hence, yeah. Suddenly, it feels as though your voice is able to reach out.
Oh, dude, let's get out of here. Let's go to this ball. Screw those people.
She says, "Yeah, let's get out of here." Wait,
I got-
how am I gonna escape?
Through the window.
She looks up. Oh, okay. She looks around for something to climb, and there may be some old like suitcases or crates up here that she starts trying to like pile up, and
help.
looks up towards the window. Yeah. All the little mice and rat kind of
Mhm.
like push together to move one big case, and she begins to tries to unlatch the window and goes, locked.
Mm.
And she can't
me have a
get it
crack at it.
open.
Let me pick this lock, Chris, real quick.
Okay, pick the lock.
My
Hmm.
little rat
Is there
rat
a lock?
hand.
So it turns out there is no like latch on this window or lock,
Mhm.
but it's rather this just doesn't open. You find, and it does feel weird in this moment. Like for a second, Actually, you know what? Better than give me a deck save. Give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom
Actually,
save.
it could also be intelligence, but this is probably better for you. Yeah, go with wisdom.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Let's
Okay.
go.
As you're like pushing up against the window, there's a moment where you feel like this ripple in the veil, and it wobbles slightly, and what you see before you isn't really a window to the outside world. It looks like a painting that's been painted on the wall of the outside, and you'd be able to tell that from like perspective, right? When you get up to the window, you'd expect to see a bit more of the outside, but it seems to remain the same even from down here. And as you're like pushing on it, it feels like brick and mortar. It doesn't feel like glass either.
Hmm.
And as this kind of rippling effect happens, it warps the whole vision around you, and it becomes so blurry that it seems to shake and dissipate away. But you do hear the voice of Cinderella, which also kind of warbles slightly. She's like, "Oh, I know. Maybe the stables. Yes, I could escape on one of the horses."
Okay. I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna make a distraction, and you can book it out the front door. Okay. I'll get all of them to follow me.
Okay.
All right. Don't worry about me. All right.
Okay,
S-
I owe you
I'll-
one, handsome rat.
Hey,
Take the pumpkin.
just remember the name Vaike. That's all you need to do, and I'll head down the stairs.
She smiles and gets ready to rush off.
And so I
And
see
yeah,
these.
sure enough, you see
I
the
see the 4 hags still.
yeah that yes, yes you
Alright.
do.
I'll get down the stairs and be like, "All right, the 4 of you uglies need to learn some manners, okay? All right. One day, you will get what's coming to you." And I'm gonna start running.
And
Shits.
the elder hag turns around and says, "What? How dare you? Get that rogue little rat! And those mousy musketeers too!" And they all start rushing after the little critters as they rush through the house. One of them is actually wearing like a little musketeer's hat and a mustache. And they dive around, leaping over furniture as they scurry into different directions. All the hags scatter as well, trying to catch you. And in the ensuing chaos, as broomsticks go flying and cauldrons spill over, you see little Cinderella sneaking down the stairs and rushing out through the front door towards
When
the
she-
stables.
When she throws the door open, I'll just be like, "You will regret, and you will fear the name Vaike," to the hags as I'm running around.
Beautiful. All right. And you know what? Just let's see how well you do escape the hags. You can give me a quick acrobatics check to dive away as one of them tries to grab you. I'm gonna grab.
Oh wait! Let me
Okay.
let me spice that up a little bit with the use of my tactical
Sure.
mind ability. Oh wait,
Tactical
Oh,
mind
God.
plus
wait,
10.
who do I need it?
You might. I haven't revealed this yet.
Yeah,
Need it.
whatever. I have 2-second wins. Whatever.
You got it.
She didn't
Okay,
beat
yeah,
a
you do
15.
beat him. She rushes forward and is just about to claw a hold of you when she like hits her head on one of the low-hanging cages in this room. And yeah, there does appear to be hanging from the rafters all these weird little cages that wasn't there before in the vision. It was like this homely little cottage, right? But now there's, ever since like you pushed up against the edges of this, that ripple has sent reverberations through the vision and changed things to what maybe they truly look like. And yeah, the walls, they're all shaped differently. They look like you're inside of a tree, and there's like knotted cracks in the floorboards, and you can see skeletons in cages up above you. And finally, you see there is a little hole that you escape through, except you'd expect this to go maybe into the wall or the outside. It's such a small cottage from when you looked it in, but as you go through, you enter into a massive hall, like a pillared throne room of sorts. And it's at that moment when, for you, it feels as though the space and reality kind of breaks. Like, this doesn't make sense, and this is but a dream. This doesn't make sense anymore. And it's at that thought when the vision sort of crumbles away and folds. Actually, yeah, if anything, it doesn't just snap or flicker. It's a very visual effect. It's like something turns into like squares, and you see all of the squares kind of compacting and folding into one another. Like, imagine the net of like a cube is sort of all laid out like that, and it folds away. And finally, you feel the last thing unfolding as your eyelids. As you open them up, you're back in the room with everyone else.
I'll yawn. Oh, what else? So I fell asleep, guys. Sorry. Long fight.
Yeah, you smell the smell of cooking. It looks like food is ready.
Oh yeah, food's ready. Let's eat, guys. Yeah.
We should probably. I presume I'm putting like the last bodies in place. I prestidigitate to make sure there's no blood in the wrong spaces.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
Use prestidigitation to soil areas and make them look like they were affected by like the same kind of damage that the Jabberwock had. Like, just sort of like leave them soiled, basically the same kind of damage we saw from the Jabberwock attack.
Right. Okay. You got it. Will has rounded up all the kids and
Mhm.
and says, "All right, well, after food, you mind showing us where that fairy ring is?"
We could
Which
give
one?
it to you on the way to the pool.
All right. Yeah.
Any ring can be used.
That's true.
Well,
But yeah,
except for the one maybe near this one.
if no one has anything else to do, I think we're probably leaving.
We're eating. Waffles are almost done.
Why are we making food in the hag's hut?
Because
Look
we're
at
hungry.
Elkhorn. Look at Elkhorn, dude. He's
I guess it does defeat the purpose of like making
Yeah,
it seem
stop.
like a monster ran through, and then it's like, oh, the monster also cooked a meal.
well. We're not gonna leave any traces.
Succulent.
If you guys leave any
Succulent
food on your
zero.
plates, I'm gonna be very upset. All right. Garreth worked really hard on this meal, so you better eat everything.
This is fun.
Baird is just.
Don't ask me where I get the ingredients. That's a trade secret.
Hey, I wasn't questioning. I was just gonna eat it.
But yeah, I would make sure with Prestidigitation to clean up any traces of food or food making.
Okay. You got it.
But
and
as soon as
Hmm.
you wanted to, the rug of smothering. What did you want to turn it into? Have you got ideas yet? Or are you saving it for later?
A cloak of hugging.
are you muted, Steph?
If not, you can put it in your inventory and save it for later. But you are muted, Steph. Okay.
Sorry,
So
I had
we'll come back to
cough
that.
for just a second. What was that?
Oh, okay. I was asking if you wanted to use the rug of smothering now or later, if you have plans for it.
Yeah, I want to, like you said, when it fell off of Vaike, it looked like a cape. So I want to turn it into that and wear it as like a trophy.
Okay,
The
cool.
thing tried to
Yeah,
kill me.
absolutely. You got it. A little tasseled cape. Nice. Okay, perfect. You want to give me a roll, see how that went? Can be your dex plus your proficiency.
It might be worth leaving it behind then. Just a red tasseled cape. That doesn't seem like it worked out.
Oh no. 6. This thing is really tough material.
It's
You
fine.
might
I
need
don't
to
care about
spend.
leaving it behind.
You might need to spend some more time on it, but all right. For now, though, you get to work on it. Now, was there anything else you guys wanted to do? We haven't actually dealt with Sopig yet.
Yeah, I was gonna talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
I can go talk to her, yeah.
So Gloltig tells you where they were, but
Hey,
Oh.
go with Bert.
Hey, Bert, before you go,
Mm-hmm.
bring her this. And I hand them a plate of waffle.
Okay. I'll knock on the door. Sopig?
who is it?
The friend. I'm with the Jumping Juniper.
Okay. Open.
I will hand her the food and go. A monster had come through. There was a big fight, and everyone else is getting out of here. Was gonna think you might do the same. You said you might want to stay with Mr. Candlefoot last time you were in the carnival if something happened. Would you like to do that now?
It would mean leaving Granny behind. And, well, kinda still owe her, really.
What do you owe her?
Hmm. Like I've told this story a dozen times now. But when I was really young, I was dying of some sort of rare illness. I had no parents, nowhere else to turn. And I begged the hag, begged Granny to save me. And, well, she took me in. I remember those days were very cold. I remember, I think, going to sleep. But I finally woke up here. And I was all better again. See? She smiles a grin with lots of missing teeth, where her gums have rotted out.
And what do you owe her?
My life, obviously. She saved me.
I'm just worried that she might do something she won't like, considering everyone is leaving, and when that beast came through, you know how they get whenever things go wrong.
Hmm. Okay. You you gonna pretend it was the Jabberwock, huh? Hmm. And if I stay here, it means lying to Granny.
I don't want to put it in a situation where she wants to fight us. Because I don't want to break our promise, even if we don't have a choice.
Hmm.
They're one of the few people we found here that listened to us and considered us friends. Considered me a friend for a moment.
He kind of shrugs and seems to like lean on one foot, like, slowly kicking the other one. I don't know. Roll me a persuasion check.
I'll use Kenku Recall to represent our history with Sopig.
Okay. She says, "So you can get me back to the carnival? You know there's an easier way."
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Kind of nods. I'll show
Would
you. Come on.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow her.
She starts to head past all the children who give her some distance for sure.
I
She
will
heads all
let
the way
them know
back
that
into the
Yeah,
back room,
okay.
where it's probably easier to see this on the isometric map as it happens.
Oh, is this the... Oh. Okay. I think I know what's about to happen.
Yeah. You can drag your tokens into that room if you want.
Where's my
You can
token?
ignore the tin soldiers.
Oh, dude, I'm
you'll-
all the way back here.
Yeah.
I'm
You will have
coming.
to
I'm
drag
coming.
yourself over.
Hey, Chucklehead. Oh, we haven't even talked to
Um,
Chucklehead yet.
He's EP.
No, he's been unconscious.
He's
Yeah,
sleeping.
so that's why. So
I think that
Loomsearch,
he fell asleep and now he's just passed out.
yeah, maybe.
He's like,
So you
man,
head all the
he's
way
like
back
fine.
to the study, and yeah, as mentioned before, there is this standing oval mirror built into one of the bookcases.
Okay.
And she heads over towards it. Hmm. This is Granny's magic mirror. It can get you around, but it's just like the one in the mirror maze. It can be used like a portal, like
Oh,
a door.
I see.
Mm-hmm. You just have to know the magic word.
I see.
So if you want to go back to the Hall of Illusions, you can just step through here, and I won't say it just because it'll activate, and then you'll only have a minute to get through. So when you're ready, the kids and everyone, they can step through.
Okay, yeah, I'll let Will know that that's what's going on. And the kids who are going to go back to the carnival to make sure to talk to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and they'll make sure that they get help.
Mm-hmm. As for myself, well,
You could
it's
make
like I
sure that
said.
you're the first thing Granny sees every day. Make sure that she's okay and take care of her like you did like she did you.
Hmm.
Keep an eye on
I
her while
guess
she's
I'm not
having a hard time.
sure. Okay. I'll head back with them. Uh, guess I won't need this if I'm not stealing from kids this time.
Hmm?
And she takes off her mask and kind of pockets it. And Ulric, out of everyone, you would recognize this particular type of creature when you would see one.
Oh.
Her eyes are sunken back. Her flesh is grey and discolored. There is the scent of death in the air that is unmistakable from the day you encountered Zargash.
Oh.
Sopig is not entirely alive. And her story goes that Skabatha nursed her back to health. Doesn't it look like Sopig's healthy? Even though they say they are. Because she doesn't look like she's experiencing any pain. But might be because she can't feel much anymore. Who knows? But
Ooh.
you would, out of everyone, Ulric would recognize that Sopig is indeed an undead creature.
Take a step back.
I think if Ulrich looks over at Baird, he would see that Baird doesn't look surprised at all. I think Baird put this together the first time they met Sopig.
Yeah. You may have. You may have. Okay. So yeah, if all the kids are gathered up,
Yeah.
and ready to leave, you can ask Sopig to say the magic word, and she will happily take them through the mirror. As
Can
it
I
happens, I think Elkhorn would
Can I
mention
first-
something in a minute.
Yeah, of course. Can I pull Sopig into a tight hug and then look at her and say, "We're proud of you, Sopig.
Yeah. What for?
You have a good heart."
And as you say this, like a good heart, you don't feel any blood pumping through her. She feels deathly cold to the touch in that hug. But she smiles nonetheless.
And whenever you're with Mr. Candlefoot, even if nothing changes or we can't find anything else, the carnival can be a home for you, Sopig. I can promise you that. They have all sorts of people and things there.
Okay.
So
right.
could you do me a favor?
Mm?
Yeah.
Yeah?
When you get to the carnival, if you run into a girl named Muse, tell her Vaike said hi.
Sure. I can do that.
Thanks.
All right. All the
Yeah.
kids begin to gather up, I guess.
Is Star
Except for
gonna go home?
Yvelda. Who?
Yeah, we're sending
Star.
Star with you,
Star?
right?
Star?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
Star.
sending Star with
Well,
them.
that's...
No.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Dude, we
I
have too
know.
many kids. We have too many kids already, Garreth. We can't have another one.
I will write a
Unless-
legend addressed from the Jumping Junipers to Dellingrond, Mr. Bitch, Mr. Light, explaining as much as we found and what's been happening. And Baird leaves themselves out of it. It's just like addressed from one of the others in the Junipers.
Just address it from the Junipers.
Yeah.
From the jumping Junipers.
And we'll either give it to Sopig or Star to give to Delangrand or Mr. Whip, basically the adults in the carnival. And tell them that we know it might take a while, but that we're figuring things out here and stuff. Basically, I fill them in as much as possible.
Okay. There are some kids, not all of them are like gathered up. So you got, I don't know, let's think. Right. Hold up.
I presume one or two of the.
So Pogo, Calibon, and Hud, as it happens, stand by, watching and waiting. That seems like they are from the Feywild, perhaps. And the others, they look like they do have a home in the material plane. So, you've still got to heal Brotor anyway. So, you want to head back to the Wayward Pool, right? For that. Is that too much of an effort for you, there, Garreth?
No, it's just that's gonna take so much time. We need to rush.
No, because I can literally say that you go back there, no problem. Just making sure that we have everyone who knows where they're going. That's all.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dope setup you got there.
None.
None?
Apologies.
So let me just check here. All right, I think we got Philomena, Na, Sung, and
Is this mirror
where's Wendell?
like in this wall, or is this mirror like a standing mirror?
It's built into the bookcase.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. So Wendell as well. And where's Roth? Roth says that they don't even have a family. Roth says, Yo, Will, you said you'd come back for us, and wondering, is that deal still on? Will said, yeah, of course. You can join the getaway gang. Roth sort of says, yeah, all right, awesome.
Is one of the getaway gang leaving?
No, actually,
Okay.
the getaway gang are here to stay.
Okay.
But Roth says that, and as they say that, you see, Pogo jumps over as well, and also seems eager to join. And yeah,
I will.
so that's that. Those two.
Can I go through each of the kids and give them a charm from my long bracelet of the carved charms, representing each of one
Mhm.
representing each of the other Junipers, and go, remember that even if you guys end up somewhere different from each other, you all went through this together, and you'll all be able to support each other in the future. You're friends here. Why not be friends out there?
They kind of look towards each other and yeah, we've become close friends since we've been here. That makes sense. All right, we'll promise we'll stay together, guys. Even if your homes are like far, far away.
Maybe
Like
you'll be like the
Null and
Junipers
Sung
later,
here.
and I'll hold a wink, like the idea that like maybe they'll become adventurers too.
You hear a slight squeal of happiness coming from Oink, who Philomena has retrieved um, from the pig pen. It looks like, oh, we could be the squealing Oinks. And Niall's like,
I like that.
really? You want to be named? You want to be named after a pig? Like, what's wrong with that?
I can already see it. They have a fighter. They have a ranger. They have a ranger, a rogue, a fighter, and a like a druid.
Artificer.
Artificer, yeah. Sung's an artificer. Yeah,
Totally.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I can
100%.
see Sung being an artificer.
Mhm.
They're fabric-based artificer.
They're the ones making the toys, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe the Grumpy Grumps, and they're constantly saying like different names until they get the portal open. But yeah,
and
so Pig heads over.
I look at Soapig and say,
Oh, go on.
even though things were a little hard, they're your friends too, Soapig. You have people. People that care about you.
She kind of nods. Okay. Elkhorn looks around and says, you see your homes are far away. Just about, just how far are you talking? Because, and Sung says, my family visited the country when the carnival was on. We're not from Midra. Right. And Nal says, and I'm from the Underdog, so a long way away. I worried about that. Philomena, I'm guessing the same for you. And yeah, she mentions she's like in a forest far away as well. But the only one who is kind of like local would be like Wendell.
Well,
And
that's
Elkhorn
for.
says, no, Vaike. I think I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
The other Valor's called.
My mission was to find you guys. I've completed that. But when I came here, my mission changed. To Loomsearch, I mean. I realized right away these kids needed my help. That's the reason I got stuck in that cell in the first place. Of course, I was no match for the hag, but I couldn't just walk away. I promised I would help them get out of there. And, well, looks like I've got to still keep that promise. Because these kids need to get back home safely. And I'll be honest, I'm not really in a fit fighting way right now. I was in that cell for days, not getting the food or rest I needed. And I'd probably only slow you down. I'm gonna make sure these kids get back to their homes safely. Each one of them.
You
Bye.
better. And I'll pull him into a hug. And if I find out that you didn't, you old bastard, I'll find you.
Don't worry. I've been to the Underdark before, lad.
I remember the stories.
Ulric, Vaike, Notus, Garreth. You'll have to continue on without me. This quest is yours now. Find Valor's call. Bring the League of Malevolence to justice. All right, and
One ugly head.
you've
at a
got
time.
You're making friends everywhere you go, it seems. Like nods towards you, Baird. I'm sure they've got your back. And heads up towards Ulric and says, I expect you back in the Haymaker once all this is done. We've got a championship coming up, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll have to take back your titles. Because
Yeah.
well, a few years have gone by. Someone else took the title belt. So you'll have to fight to get it back. So use
Oh,
that as a
man.
motivation to get back, all right? And then
You can't have
you can
that.
return and floor the competition.
Does he first need to win his honor back from Bisduke?
Yeah, we gotta deal with that guy still. He's dodging us right now. Yeah,
He's scared.
he is.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, Notus, as well. And says, Strongheart is especially worried about you. If you could let him know that I've gone back with the others. And I'm sure he'll understand. This comes first. And I'll tell him I'll meet him back in Valor's Keep, all right?
Okay.
All right. All right, everyone. We ready?
Right before he goes, Baird will write some things down on a piece of paper, fold it up and put it in an envelope, and then look at Vaike and go, please tell Elkhorn to take this to the older Kenku couple in Kester.
Yeah,
I assume there's an address on this?
I'll take it from Bird, and then I will hand it to Elkhorn and regurgitate what Bird said.
I'm not that senile yet, laddie. I heard what he said.
No, you don't get it. Yeah, I know you're not senile.
Probably not.
So we gotta do some weird things
All right.
sometimes to get around these curses, you know?
Oh, and if anyone's going to find Molliver, I trust it to be you, Garreth. You'd probably know where she's slinked off to.
You mentioned the mists?
Aye.
Why does she have to go there?
Beats me.
Seriously.
She said, you take the high road, I'll take the low. That's what she said.
Baird will also put his hand on Elkhorn and go, as well as Mr. Elkhorn, get rid of the Gallyville grape. In the Haymaker, the only one who ever drank it was Ulric.
I'll make sure we get some better booze.
Yeah, honestly, because if I'm coming back and drinking there after this, it better be some good booze.
All right, everyone.
Oh, if you're going to Kester, can you say hi to old Madrick, Mr. Oslov?
Of course. Wait. Is that the old farmer, the pumpkin farmer guy?
It's the old crazy pumpkin man. That's how the locals know them.
Sure, I'll drop by. Haven't seen much of him in a while, so. All right, everyone, gather up.
I'll put Star in
Elkhorn's
arms with their little
ball. Oh no, Star's like,
Star.
Star's kind of like pouring at the Garreth as they're like lifted up. The
Telegram has waited long
tentacles are like holding on. Come on, your mother misses you. Star's little ears gonna fold down. Hmm. All right, so pig, say the word. She looks around and says, "Okay. Now what was it? Begin with a B. B. She looks around.
Bumblebee.
I'll give you guys the opportunity to guess. Bumblebee, no. No, not quite.
Bargainworth. The only B words. What are B words? Bandersnatch.
No.
There you go. Do you see the magic on the portal begin to surge to life? And you see the carnival beyond, or at least the mirror maze, right? But it's a recognizable part of it. And you do hear the music of the Witchlight Carnival from beyond, the ambience. And Sopig leads everyone in, one by one. They disappear into the mirror. And Wendell gives a little wave to all of you guys. Probably see you back in Kester. And Sopig hops through again. Oh, Oink. Don't forget Oink. And they disappear too. And you see Elkhorn sort of waddling up behind them, watching their back. Come on, Star. And you see them hop up along. Come on.
Oh, I will.
yes.
Right before he goes through, I'll put the unicorn horns in Elkhorn's hand.
Oh,
What are these? And
These are
then
for
suddenly the
Diana.
floor begins.
The carousel.
The carousel. I keep getting dumped with jaws. The portal begins to close back up.
That's what you get for leaving us. No, you don't.
I'll grab Squid.
And yeah, after a minute, the portal closes back up.
To Lamorna, quickly as possible. We'll meet you at We'll meet you with Little Oak. Will.
All right. He grabs hands with Roth and Pogo and Caliban. Meanwhile, Pod is coming with you to Lamorna, yeah? Or is...
Yep, and when we get there, I will throw the cloak over his face so he doesn't see us getting all the unicorn stuff ready.
Interesting. Okay.
Like he's gonna be inside of it so that he doesn't get the secret, because he doesn't like us. So.
No, it does not seem that way. All right. So returning back to Little Oak, you grab up your unicorn costume and put the two kids underneath and begin making your way to the Wayward Pool. All right. Shouldn't take too long to get there. And same again, you part the mists with using your disguise. Head all the way up and light the brazier.
Yep.
There's a lot of strange things going on.
I would first see if drinking some of the magic water would help as well.
The magic water.
The purifying water.
You mean just wading through it, you mean?
Yeah, even if it just helps a little bit.
It certainly helps mischief. That much is true. The blood is washed off of their froggy body and they lose that level of exhaustion as well. I just got rid of because they were They were fairly badly injured from that fight and suffered a level of exhaustion, so that will also wash away. Anyone else who's got 1 level would also be similarly cleansed. Just trying to remember, actually.
I think. No, I don't think anyone went down, except for
No, I didn't, did they?
Mischief.
All right, cool. In that case, then, yeah, you are just. It's soothing, it's peaceful, but Mischief is the one benefiting the most. You see what else it does. The waters. Hmm. No, it just removes the level of exhaustion. Okay, so you will need
Okay.
Lamorna.
Okay.
So lighting the flames, the unicorn appears back out of the mists, and Lamorna makes herself known to you guys. And
Lamorna.
says, "You have returned. What news of my beloved?"
Ooh.
Baird looks at everyone and goes, "We know where he is. We don't know what we'll have to do, but we think he's okay, or as okay as he can be. But he's under a curse or something."
A curse.
You know the rocking horse.
They tilt their head to one side, and then shake their head. No.
Skabatha has a rocking horse.
horse. And you're saying that
For now, he's stuck like that. Maybe there's
No.
a secret to restoring it. It's not a loss of hope. Don't take it as such.
My dear Eladon, what have they done to you?
It's better than dead, which was our fear before.
You're sure they can be saved?
There's always a way to save something in the Feywild. Speaking
I
of,
see.
and I will
Mm.
point out Brotor and Pud, and I will go. I had to enchant this child Pud here, but Brotor here needs help. He was poisoned by, what did you say it was, Notus? Nightshade? A flower?
Yeah, something like that.
Potato flower.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's what the
he's
bottle
broken.
said anyway.
She looks down at the poor child and says, "Then it is my duty as a denizen of Prismere to help this child." She says, "Bring them closer." And you see Lamorna get right up to the edge, and Brotor is brought forth and sort of laid at the unicorn's side. And she will use their healing touch, which, when she leans forward and taps the unicorn horn to the child, a magical divine energy rushes through them, healing them and removing all diseases and neutralizing all poisons affecting them. And so you see this sort of sickly, like, black
As-
kind of mist exude from them. It's like this. It's the same color as Deadly Nightshade, and it just sort of evaporates into the air, dissipating.
As soon as that happens, as soon as Brotor looks fine, I'm going to drop my suggestion because I was not here to enchant or control a child. So, and technically that would be the end of his suggestion anyway. Is let us
True,
save
it would
Brotor.
just end.
So
Yeah, it would.
and
Brotor
as it does, I
clears
would
their throat
apologize.
and
to Pud.
leans up.
I'm sorry,
Um,
Pud. You wouldn't listen to us.
He kind of shakes his head. But before he accuses you guys of doing anything, he seems to rush over to Brotor and says, Brotor, are you alright? It didn't do anything to you, did they? And Brotor says, he clears his throat first. As the final breath of Deadly Nightshade exhales from their lungs. And they look around. No, Pod, I feel much better. Where am I? Whoa! Is that a unicorn?
It's Pud finally you see
Morning.
the unicorn.
Yeah, absolutely. They do as well. And the Morna seems to back away gracefully and says, You are healed, child. You may return back to your home. The only sickness I cannot cure is your parents, who must be worried sick about you. Brota looks around at the rest of you guys and says, Oh, you've healed me. I
I
cannot.
promised we would. And with that, my promise to you is fulfilled, Pud. I apologize for the methods I had to undertake.
Hud stands back up and says, You may have healed Brotor, but it doesn't excuse any of your actions.
I didn't kill Cradlefall. If I could save them, I would. But it's not in my power.
And kind of backs away from you nonetheless. You gonna be alright, Brotor? And he kind of nods. Yeah, I'll be fine. Where are you going? And Pod seems to back away again. I'm leaving.
You don't want to go back to your family, Pud? Go with Brotor to make sure he's safe?
He says, No, you guys make sure he gets back. Use the fairy ring. Like you said, I'm going back to my family. And you see, he does begin to rush off.
Can I roll an insight on that before he starts running?
You know what he means.
Okay. I will go look
What's
at
left
Lamorna.
of them is what he says.
Yeah,
You can either you can stop, you can try to stop him, but Lamorna says, "Don't try to stop him."
It's going to talk to the hag.
Then he
I
what?
know.
Dude.
Well, he doesn't.
If the hag figures out what we did, so what? Again, I'm not scared of the hag, nor am I scared of any of her ugly sisters. that hag is lucky that
No,
she's somehow Hannah. Because if she
You
wasn't
should
Hannah,
be scared of the hag.
Garreth, I am not scared of the hags.
How does Notus react, by the way, when you see the child starts running away and away from Wayward Paul? To
Well, we
warn the
did
hag.
hide.
Does Notus flinch at all? Because I know you've been you've been on an edge for a little while. What with mischief nearly dying? Yep. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I'm not about to be violent in the unicorn's pool.
Okay.
And
Mm,
if no one
alright.
else is running to stop this kid,
Maybe he'll understand what happened later.
Hmm.
Maybe he'll come to his senses.
Okay.
I take Brodor's hand and I'm saying, I'm sorry.
Oh. I'm just gonna hope that he does kind of realize you guys are the good guys.
Will he be okay without you?
Uh-huh. Yeah. He says he used to get on well with Granny. Better than with his own parents.
Hmm. I don't blame him then.
He's had hard trouble trusting others, so I'm sorry if he didn't trust you guys.
It's okay. It's not his fault. Let's take you to the fairy ring. You'll need to speak to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light in the carnival. But you can
Okay.
find a Mr. Hurley or a Mr. Candlefoot. They'll be able to send you the right direction. And if Mr. Elkhorn is still there, he'll be able to help as well.
He nods. Okay, I'll try and catch up to the others.
And he will, I guess we'll go to a mushroom ring to send him through to
Yeah.
the Pixie Kingdom.
All right. Let's head over to a fairy ring. Corrupted or non-corrupted?
Uncorrupted. We don't want to corrupt
Yeah.
And I
Just
will,
take his-
before we go, I will, I'll leave my final coal that I had on me. I will leave it in the center of the little like fire area. So for the next person who comes to the lake, as my payment for Lamorna's assistance in saving the child.
She says you owe me no payment. I appreciate you for bringing back the news, even as dire as it may be. At least I know he is still alive.
And we're out there looking for a way to save him.
Mm-hmm.
Should there be anything you need, Lamorna, you know who you can contact, either through Will or if you want to show up yourself, of course. But
Yes.
I know that you would only do so under dire circumstances. But Pud doesn't know how we got in, so that's good.
All right. She says good luck on your next steps. And with that, she sort of forms the mist again around her, sort of shrouding herself into the distance. And
Seeing as
you
she's
can begin to
immune
swim
to
your way
things,
back.
Baird will like she seems like she's this pool and things are kind of separated from the curses and whatnot. Baird will ask and go, "Do you remember me, Lamorna?"
She tilts her head slightly and says, I recognize your face. The image of you was definitely captured. I've seen your reflection in the pool. And sure enough, the same goes for Garreth, because you actually have to swim to the island to get to it.
Hmm.
And when they've come out of the water, you actually see that when Garreth emerges and flicks back his hair, that he has hair, and that he's standing about the same size as he was when he first arrived in Prismere.
Ooh.
And you look down at your flesh, it's the porous skin is soaking in the water, and it looks as though you have actually returned back to normal.
Woo.
He's
If
a
I
real
look
boy.
And
what do I see if I look at
Mhm.
the reflection in the water?
you see a very clear image of yourself, Beard, but it's not really anything different to your normal reflection. But perhaps those observing Beard, watching their still image, they might see it.
What do I see in the reflection of Bird?
You see Beard as you remember them. As in, you don't see a stranger that you met this morning. You see Baird, your loyal, trusting friend, who you recall even at the carnival and all the days up until now as well. When you look at the reflection, memories come flooding back.
What's up, stranger? How's
Why?
it going?
I give Bird a hug.
Hmm?
A hug.
Yeah.
No, I think Baird's confused. He
Yeah.
that perception wouldn't
Right.
be what he's aware of.
Mhm.
So good old pal Bird, guys. Look, he's been here the whole time.
Jack comes over and hugs you too as they're looking in the reflection. We missed you, Baird. And, we're sorry.
Sorry,
Sorry
for
we keep
forgetting.
forgetting.
Sorry, I'm trying to process this. I honestly think the only thing Baird could respond with is just he's crying, he can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It's alright, big man. Even though we're gonna forget you, we've never really forgotten you. So whenever we break this curse, the memories will come back.
It's about this moment, Vaike, that your crown begins to vanish. Right, your wings, they shrink down. The crown upon your head begins to shift and transform. The butterflies that are on it seem to shift slightly, and the reflection you see in the pool you don't see yourself wearing the crown. You actually see Baird's reflection wearing a crown, except instead of butterflies, you see moths forming the crown. And you remember who first had it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's upon having this realization that the very last charge of the Witchlight Monarch runs out. And when you when you look back at the actual crown, you can see that it's lost the touch of magic about it, and it returns much more into like this sort of mundane wreath upon your head. That's kind of lost its luster a bit. Maybe there's like some crumpled leaves to it, flecks of blood from the battles, which it didn't before. It seemed to be untarnished before, but now it shows the wear and tear of all the adventures that you've been going on up till now.
Yeah, I'll take it
Oh.
off and I'll stow it away.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You take it away, but you still see in the reflection that Baird is still wearing theirs. Yeah. Okay.
This town ain't big enough for 2 monarchs.
It suited you though, Vaike.
Ah, I gave it up.
Jack says, "Don't worry, you're still the monarch of my heart."
Nah.
You didn't hear that,
Come
Pat.
here, you.
You didn't
And I'll pick up Jack.
Run, Jack, run!
You didn't hear that, Baird? All right, yeah. After a little while, you can spend as much time as you want by the pool. I don't want to tear you away from that moment so quickly, but eventually, one of you will probably remind you that you need to get to the fairy ring.
Yeah, we gotta go back to... Well, we're going to the swamp now? Or are we gonna go deal with Red and Will and the spider webs?
Oh, sorry, Zay. You wanted to... I forgot you had your hand up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I wanted to ask if we could have taken a short rest at some
Certainly,
point
yes. Go ahead.
before the.
It was
because
either
at-
when Garreth. It was either when Vaike was asleep or here now in the pool. But either way, you've definitely had a short rest.
Cool. Because at the pool, I would ask Lamorna for help, because I do remember a previous time we were there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure she tried to remove Baird's curse, and she on her own was not strong enough.
No, she wasn't.
Now there's 2 of us.
Indeed. Maybe that's something that happened in the waters when you submerged into it. Maybe the magic that kind of washed off of you did indeed have some sort of effect on the reflection.
Mm-hmm.
And because Lamorna seems a little bit confused as much as you guys are, especially as Baird is, at this sudden sighting and recognition. But she says, though this is some kind of miracle, I fear that it may only be temporary. These
It always
curses
is.
are... They have a way of fighting back. Please, let me see to the rest of your wounds as well. At least before you set off on your journey again. She'll use 2 more healing touches. She'll restore. Wow. Okay. Another 17 to someone, and another 8 to someone. So I'll say like Gloltic probably needs the 17, right?
Everything Ulric needs
And
is 17.
okay.
I don't need it.
All right.
Yeah, you
no,
do. You have like.
Ulric, you take that.
Oh, I thought you got like a
And
bunch of
Gloltic
poison damage to you.
I did.
did.
Goltic have his hit dice from a
Gloltic-
short rest.
Yeah, Gloltic's just going to use his hit dice.
Oh, okay. I'll take the
Yeah.
7. I'll take the 8 then. I don't want to use any hit dice. Oh, what was it? It was 8? Yeah, I'll take 8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah.
No.
There you go. Okay. So after which, you will step back off the island, swim through. Will says, "All right, to the fairy ring, little oak." And you hear the twisting of bark as they turn and begin facing towards the nearest fairy ring. And you arrive here, back with the campestries. We're all singing. You've returned, Welcome back. Oh, welcome back.
We've come
You look-
to help a child get to the
Help.
carnival.
The carnival. Yes, we can send you back there. There's one right next door.
I
see
will,
Brotor waddle along. There we go. Yeah. Do I just stand in the
will
middle?
You got to dance along with them.
Precious.
And
yes,
I will.
you can't just stand. You
I'll
got to
start
move.
I'll start playing the Calliope song.
That's it. Get into it and sing along. And all the campers let loose the the Calliope song.
Mhm.
And all the while they're sort of lifting up your spirits. And after a little while, you see a swirling magic begin to emanate from the center of the ring, surrounding Brotor. And
Be
you hear
safe,
the
Brotor.
actual Calliope music overlapping, like almost as if you're singing in time with the real Calliope that's playing its own tune in the moment.
Don't need any more flowers, Brotor.
Oh, okay. I don't know what possessed me to do that. Sometimes they
Eat
just look so
mushrooms, they're
delicious.
better.
No, don't do
listen
that
to
either.
him.
I was so hungry, but I'll never go hungry again. Not with all this candy. And as he steps through and into the portal, I guess because he's no longer in the Feywild, he does say, "Thanks again for everything." The Campestries cringe though.
Blows up.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah. Campestries get sucked in, like, no. Alright.
The portal closes forever. Every Campestry dies.
Yeah,
So-
implodes.
Can I walk over and lean to the campestries and I go would a few of you be willing to come along to help us reestablish a fairy ring in Hither?
Fairy ring in Hither? I didn't know they had fairy rings over there. I thought they
Not
had
anymore.
smelly, swampy wells.
No, there used to be one. We found a dead one.
Goodness.
But we could
Whereabouts?
probably- the Pixie Village.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
But
The
if we had a few of you
pixies must
come
have
along
gone
with
to-
us, we'd probably be able to put it back up. Make it easier to get back and forth.
Yes. 8 will make it straight. We'll fix that thing. They will gladly hop along. All right, lead on.
I would go. We could grow some campestries from spores if you guys want to keep your ring here.
Do you have any spores, like campestry spores?
No.
No,
They
but
are
the campestries
campestries.
have spores.
They're mushrooms.
It's true, but we're in autumn right now. Hence why all the leaves are falling away.
We can just. They have like plenty of rings
I
here.
might
We
be
can just-
stupid, but autumn is spore season.
That's true.
Maybe we're the
Well,
stupid ones.
We can take this ring. There's plenty of rings here in thither.
What?
They let loose some spores.
Oh
I
no,
guess
there's gonna be a bunch of tiny little campestries. Like,
hello.
It is happy.
Hey, we're free.
I'm an evil campestry.
Yeah, they release a few
One of them.
spores. Well, I hope that did the trick.
Are they just gonna leave that to replace this one here? Okay, that
Yes.
makes sense actually.
Campestries don't rear their young. They have to fend for themselves.
Wow.
No wonder we found one about to be eaten by a goblin.
Why do you think we're so happy?
I-
Because we don't
Guys,
have to
what's the-
raise our own kids.
Wow. Okay, Campestry.
Too-
Guys, what's the
too-
plan? What are
too
we
soon,
doing?
too real.
We
This
probably
too
want
real.
to. Well,
Too real.
Baird will say we do need to return a painting. That's the only time constraint we have right now.
Yeah, so are we just going to tell Will and Big Red to sit tight?
Well,
Okay.
And we'll be back to help them with their storybook ending. Is that what we're doing? And then we're gonna take these mushrooms to how are we getting back to the swamp? Are we taking the balloon? Because the balloon's
Yes.
it's deflated. We don't have swamp gas. So are we gonna have to take the mirror to get back to the carnival to get back to the
Well, Clapperclaw will mention at this point that they do know the way back on foot. They don't
how
just
long
yeah.
would that take? Very long?
They nod, but they know it doesn't take too long. Like you can get back there before the time is up for your deal to like hand over the portrait.
Then
It
we should
shouldn't take
probably do
longer
that.
than that.
Then we should probably head now because that's worded like it would take about as much time as we have
Well,
left.
just Jack will say, hang on though. Didn't we send didn't we send you know who to Pavlona?
Scab went
What
that,
if we
that
run
way
into
on the way.
well, we get to kill two hags with one stone, you know?
or when we get there, you know? I guess she wouldn't know necessarily yet
Mm-hmm.
that we ransacked the place, but yeah.
Send in bird first. She can't see them.
Or you know what?
Guess
I mean,
that's
we just
technically
show up.
today.
I mean, we just show up, right? Well, if she
Yeah.
sees us there, yeah, like, what is she gonna do, right? Like, who cares if she
That's-
sees us?
Sure. I guess,
We-
yeah, like I say, they don't really know that we did that yet, so.
Yeah. It's not like someone carved a giant V into one of the walls, right? Who would do that?
Okay.
JJ.
All right,
JJ in
let's
the wall.
Better not have
let's
done
then.
that.
Yeah, we
The
definitely
best-
didn't.
The best to do it early, and we can retrieve our balloon first as well. Because we can refill on smoke gas there, so we can
Yeah,
actually deflate our balloon and put it in our
Our hole.
our hole, and then
Okay.
We can have we can just tell Will that we'll be back. We have to go take care of some business. And when we get back, we can help
All right.
him and
No. Yeah, no worries.
make sure that
Willem,
Squeam, make
Bella.
sure that Red are doing well as well. Like check in on them.
Bella will say, "We got to take the children back to their homes anyway, so that'll take some time."
Mm-hmm.
True.
Okay. Well, we'll meet you back here then when you're done.
Alrighty.
Okay. So you guys head off, and Clapperclaw says, "A way back to hither is downhill."
Oh, not
I
uphill.
thought it was down. I thought it was downfall.
Right. Yeah. Well, where the river ends up.
Yeah, I gotta get to the end of the river.
No,
The one that flows downstream.
no, the river.
Just around the river bend. Cabaret strike. Sorry.
No, you're good. Okay. Hey, Clavicle says to Ulric, "Have you ever tried eating a clown?"
No, that'd be
Guess
like
not.
eating.
Yeah.
That'd be like eating someone.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be like a cannibal thing, right? Because you're a clown.
I think
Yeah.
Ben would lean back and go, I think it would taste funny.
Wow.
I think it would. I don't really think it tastes too good. I mean, it depends on the person, but I haven't eaten
I
the
mean-
person. I don't really plan on it.
Guys, we
you
have to go back.
You never found it weird that Ulrich likes eating mushrooms?
Guys, I know we're having an important conversation, but dude, we totally forgot to talk to the Bantray.
We
Oh,
would've
and
told-
unconscious,
And the unconscious
Chugglehead.
Chugglehead.
Well, good news is Chugglehead got knocked out pretty early in the fight before he knew anything that was going on.
He just knew chaos was
As for the
happening.
Bantray,
He probably could just keep the host.
Well, I asked that guy to help me find the shard of Snickersnack, and I kind of forgot to ask him the last time I saw him, and I also forgot to ask him this
oops. Okay.
time.
You will have to find him.
He would see
Yeah,
us
you'll have
leaving
to
and
find him
probably
again
keep on us. Yeah.
God, ugh, I'm the worst. Okay.
when you get back. Okay. What was I going to take you? Oh, that's right. Thither's Forest Mountain Pass. Well, it's not just a quick skip and a hop down there, but you are going downhill, so it does feel like it's quicker. As a once great treant always said. Always liked going south. Feels like you're going downhill. All right. So many Garreths. It's unreal. Multiplying. Okay. So you're heading back down then. Let's see if there's any encounters along the way, because you never took this path, actually. You took the balloon in, so
Mm-hmm.
you might have missed some things. All right, let's have a little look. Loomsearch. Nope. Thither. Okay, yes. Well, you pass by many little babbling brooks and old, ancient-looking trees that seem to part way as you come through. Like the branches lean away, and whenever it perhaps tinkles with rain, you see them leading over to shield you from it. And genuinely, it feels like the Feywild has reacted in a positive light to your actions here today. Freeing the children, the whole of Prismere can feel it, and it seems to react accordingly to that. In fact, Let's check. Prismere. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Notus. Why don't you roll me a d8? 2. Yep. You see, as you're walking, flowers are blooming behind your every footstep. And then like alongside you, mushrooms seem to sprout nearby as well, forming like a path and twisting you through the forest in the correct direction. Only confirming you're on the right way. And I emphasis on the tasty part of these mushrooms.
Do they look?
Oh, you say
special?
tasty mushrooms.
Do they look like ordinary mushrooms?
Well, they simply sprouted as you're walking through them. So, other than the fact that they just magically appeared, they do look like normal edible mushrooms.
Good enough. Like every time, like Notus
Good enough.
that staff is just. Oh.
Another one sprouts. Another one.
Wait,
That's beautiful.
how are my gums?
Oh, actually, you would have probably been cleansed of that the first time you went in the pool, Garreth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hadn't mentioned that for a while, actually, but that does
Because
track.
I had
because,
wooden
yeah,
gums at some point, so
that is also true.
We believed it went away, so it did.
That's true. Yeah.
well, hey, it's
As
okay.
soon as you.
I can eat safely mushrooms again.
Mm-hmm. And these mushrooms don't seem to have any adverse effects on you. They are just delicious snacks the whole way.
See? It's not. Don't
Mm.
blame the shrooms.
The Campestry singing probably stops though. They're like, well, that's a little concerning.
Oh.
I imagine all the Campestries are on top of Mischief.
Yeah. Hiding away. Better to be in front of Mischief. I better to be on top of him than in front.
That's true.
Sure. Okay. Sure. And as you're going along, you can smell the sweet smell of candied mist in the distance. It looks like you're reaching the border of thither, and there are several little pixies that are flitting about by that border. They seem to be enchanting sparkles into the air and flavoring the mist and making it look like cotton candy. So they've made the clouds pink in color,
I'll join in.
and you see them like, yeah. Sure, yeah, you can hop along and you can see the map. This is where they are.
Have you ever tried pickle flavored mist?
The pixie's gonna look down and go, "Oh, hi there, pickles." No, what's a pickle?
I will prestidigitate some of the mist to be pickle flavored.
Maypole says, "It's something you can be in, Cowslip." I can be in a pickle, and they fly into the mist. Hey guys, I'm in a pickle. Their wings suddenly start working. No!
Oh no!
Now you're in a
Spider
pickle.
Lily catches them. Catch me, Spider Lily! I gotcha. And they pull them out of that mist, and then suddenly their wings reappear. Whew! Okay, I don't like being in a pickle.
Mm.
Do you want some cotton candy mist, guys? There's enough for everyone.
I'm sure Ulric would.
Oh yeah.
They like fly through it, and as the mist kind of trails behind them, they turn, ball it up, enchant it so it turns pink and fluffy, and then they let it fall down towards you.
Oh.
It dissolves on your tongue. It's so sickly sweet.
This is like the best day ever.
He's eaten so much.
just ate some boots, fought some tin men. I'm eating mushrooms and cotton candy.
They look around and they're like, "So you heading through the mist? Most
Mhm.
travelers get lost if they go through there. So hope you know
We
where
got
you're
a-
going."
We got a Clapperclaw.
Oh, hey, Clapperclaw. And it seems like they actually know this little construct. And Clapperclaw, yeah, this is Maypole, Spider Lily, and Cowslip. They last time you met them, they were also debating over this strange nearby triangular wooden piece, and in the end, they traded it to the other pixies in the great grandfather tree.
Oh, okay, that's.
They just
I see.
I couldn't figure out what it was in the end. Yeah, but nonetheless, they seem friendly and non-hostile here. Well, just be careful as you're going through. There's some loose rocks here and there, and it's difficult to see where you're going. Oh, unless you eat the way you're going. Just imagine the mist is more cotton candy, and just anytime you can't see, just eat what's in front of you.
Mischief, you got that?
They like gulp some of the air, and they suck in a big chunk of mist. Okay, well, yeah, you can cross this little bridge, and it is going to be a long day's travel, it seems, to get through it. But if you want, during that travel, you can take a long rest. It's your feet probably getting a little bit tired. When you ask Clapperclaw how long you've got left, they still say, like a while
When we
yet.
get there.
So, yeah, when we get there, yeah. But yeah, you can camp out in the forest or up on the mountainside. It's really up
Yeah.
to you. It looks like you've got fresh water supply as well, so
Yeah, I think that
might be a better
fine.
place than. Yeah. Okay. It's as good a place as any.
It also gives us a chance for Scab to get home and like us to be under trees and for her to be doing her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, sure. Avoid running into her at all, maybe.
Yeah.
She probably would have got there quicker than you, just seeing as she's on the back of a flying rocking horse anyway.
Yep.
Okay, then. So you guys can camp down under the stars and take a long rest. The grass feels cushiony, like a soft blanket. Not a drop of rain lands on your head the whole night.
I hold up
And-
the orb of direction and I go, "What do you think? I think this might be a orb of direct iron."
Perfect. Oh god. It points straight towards Ulric.
Wait, why is he more iron than me? We're both iron body brothers. That's messed up.
Because he just,
I was
he
gonna
just
stop.
ate all the boots.
I consume iron on the daily.
I pump iron on the daily. All right, Ulric. Look at these boots,
No.
bro. These boots weigh more than you do put together.
I'm 99% iron.
And I'm
It's in the
100% iron. It's in the blood.
It's in the blood. You're wearing it, okay? It's in the blood.
My iron runs to my core. Okay.
You got some catching up to do, Vaike. Let's just be
Oh,
honest.
no.
You don't got to be jealous, all right? See, let me have this one. Witchlight, Monarch, Esquire, Vague, Lilybug, Keep.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa. I'm no longer a Witchlight Monarch.
Oh well.
You are. You
No,
don't
I'm
not be
He
the
loves the
Witchlight
crown.
Monarch.
I don't got the crown no more.
You don't stop being the Witchlight Monarch, Vaike.
I gave it up. I gave it up for those kids.
What?
Yeah, I used all the magic. Magic's gone. I used it in Loomsearch to save the kids. We're down
Why do you-
royalty.
Why do you do this?
Why do I do what? Sacrifice my crown for the common good? I don't know.
No,
I'm
why
just-
do you like to be the bad guy?
I'm not the I'm not the. I just said I'm not a monarch anymore.
Because he is terrible.
Thank you, Garreth.
You're welcome.
Bear's gonna look at Ulric and go, "Who suggested that you guys be heels in the Haymaker?"
Well, it sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Dude, the heel. Come on, like look at us. I'm gonna hit the Crimson Fist pose.
Yes, but whose idea was it, Ulric?
Mine probably.
You know,
Hey,
after
Joel.
getting hit in the head so much, I kind of forgot.
It's kind of one day it happened. It kind of stuck.
Yeah. We're big, scary. We hurt people.
Mm.
We weren't really fighting for any sort of cause, so fighting for ourselves.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm not the monarch no more. The crown lost its magic. It's just this dusty old thing. I essentially gave it up to do what I did in Loomsearch, which was save the kids. So I feel like, wouldn't you sacrifice a crown to save the kids?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's alright, I'm still Esquire Vaike, right hand of Zybilna of Lilybog Keep. I'm still him. It's no longer, I'm not royalty anymore. You're the only royal in the party now.
Okay. But I don't think that's how it works, Vaike. I don't think you can just give the crown to someone else.
I didn't. I've abdicated. I left the throne. And I still got it. It's like a cool souvenir, but it's just it doesn't got the magic anymore. It's kind of a little wilted. You can see all my blood on it. You see where it got dented when I got hit by the tree. See where it got dented when the snake constricted me. See where it got dented when that other tree hit me. So it's like just doesn't need to be on.
Lots of trees.
Yeah, me and trees, we don't really get along, unfortunately.
So 8 years, huh?
Yeah, dude, that
8
really messed
years.
me up, man. 8 years, dude. We're kind of slow.
Yeah, according
We
to
should
That's
hurry.
pretty
according to
messed
Elton.
up.
Yeah, that's like,
I mean, does that
Dude.
mean it's gonna be another set of years? I mean, he went back, right?
yeah, I mean, I hope he's all right when he gets back. Hope he's not 16 years, you know?
Mm.
What if
Oh.
Muse moved on? What if she got a new boyfriend who's like stronger than me and has more iron than me?
Like, there's only one other person that has more
Fake,
iron than
I
you,
hate
that's
to break
me.
your bubble, but she already moved on.
I just needed to hear it from a friend. Thank you, Garreth.
Red.
My pleasure.
Oh no.
I don't think that's likely the case.
No, I mean it's 8 years.
It's been 8 years.
You can't blame her.
Jeez.
I don't know what I would do. I gotta think about it. No.
Jack's like, wait, so She's got to be older than you now, right?
She already was older than him.
I mean, the carnival's in the Feywild. 8 years might be. The carnival
Yeah,
is
she
like
was younger.
weird.
I feel like she was a bit younger than Vaike, but not by much.
Yeah, she's probably older than me. I know. I hope she's happy. Dang.
There, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the list,
That's
and
okay.
it's like, damn.
It's okay.
I guess I broke her heart too.
I don't think you did.
I'm no better than that Octavian guy.
Things might be fine when we get back. It might just be the Feywild being weird. Could be different for every person.
Yeah, you're right. It could be 30 years when we get back.
Jack's
Hmm.
snuggling up to you, Vaike, as you're talking about this.
Is he drooling?
Yes.
Such
Such a little
sorry.
pervert.
Alright, get your fill. Get your fill. It's okay. You gotta grow up big and strong, you know?
God.
Imagine what it's like 8 years not being able to talk to the people you care about.
Yeah. Damn, this sucks.
Wait.
Your dad must be worried sick as well, huh? Notice.
I'm not so sure about that. I'm sure he's fine.
Nonsense. He's probably worried sick about you.
He's always worried about you, Notus.
I mean, I wouldn't stop being worried if my daughter lost her eyeballs, you know? Just saying.
That's like 16 years ago.
Dude. We're old. We're like 37. I'm 37, dude.
No.
Don't think that's how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
sure
don't
that's
think
how it works.
I don't think we've gotten any older. I think
Dude,
we're
I
still
I
the same.
feel older. My back's kind of hurting now.
That's just recklessness.
That'd
Me,
probably because of those
reckless?
seeds.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not reckless.
And the sky is not blue.
How do you know what color the sky is?
I have memories. I didn't lose those.
Are you sure? Because it's turned green since the last time you saw it. You gotta believe me.
What do you mean green? It was orange.
Do I believe him? Is the sky green?
The sky's green. You gotta
can't
believe
see-
me.
You can't see the color, so you have no clue. If anything, it does have an aura of happiness about it, though. It seems as though the Feywild is pleased with everything you've done so far.
As we talk about this, as like the sheer things of like what's going on in the material plane, notice you would see that there is an amount of Baird's emotion that is tinged with anger, like a fiery.
Hmm?
Uh-huh. It'd be like a red color, right? Notice?
Yeah.
Okay.
right, Ulric? The sky's green.
Hey, yeah, green.
See? Maybe that's just a Prismir thing, you know? It's the way that Zybilna likes it.
Hmm.
I look up at the sky and I study it.
I will also, if I'm sitting down, I'll lay back and I'll look up at the sky too, and I will also study it.
See beautiful fluffy clouds rolling by the starlit sky in a twilight night. And some of the clouds seem to shape into different things. Perhaps you see star, like a little kitten shaped cloud that looks like star flying
Oh,
by.
that one looks like a dog.
Yes. It's a blink dog, but
It's a
you
blink
notice it
dog,
looks like
guys.
Star. There are some blinking stars as well. And you might even see Orion's belt up there. That's right, not Orion. Orion, the hunter. And that seems to be next to Star. Like there's a displacer beast shaped cloud right next to this star formation.
Hmm?
It's the hunter. It's like a humanoid figure with like a bow.
You know, at one point, Strongheart told me all about the stars, but I can't remember it for the life of me.
That's not a human. That's a tabaxi.
Whenever I was looking forward to things, I didn't really look at the sky.
You know, when I was a kid, I would always look out the window because I was like, man, I'm tired. Tired of all this training.
I'd look at the fort.
Well, do we still got the bird memories? Or did those go away when we left the pool?
They are perhaps fading, and I think when you go to sleep, they will most definitely be gone by the morning. Yeah.
So if there's anything
yeah.
you want to say to Baird, say it now.
No,
Wait, hold on. How are we gonna remember bird this time? I mean, I got my tattoo.
we don't.
What do you guys got?
Baird is going to turn and step away from the group because he can't be involved in this.
What if we just like write in the dirt? Don't forget bird.
It seems like we did that this morning.
And it worked?
No, it didn't.
Oh, you remembered him.
No, everyone thought he did
Well,
the graffiti.
Well, but it was
yeah,
my
I
it was my
mean,
handwriting, so like we recognized it was my handwriting and it matched my tattoo. We
I
put
mean,
two and
we
two
knew that
together.
we knew that we could trust him based off that, but it's not like we remembered him. You know,
Yeah, so what do we
we're gonna forget.
Okay, so
It's
what
not.
if what if we do this, all right? What if we take turns sleeping and we have one person stare at bird all night? We like take turns. And so that way one of us will always be conscious and have eyes on him.
We can try.
But what
Don't
if
you need
one
to
of
sleep?
us? What if one of us forgets and then we end up seeing him and
Well,
I don't
no.
know.
That's what we always got. Like, so, like, let's say, okay, so like, I take first watch, right? So, like, let's say, like, 2 hours, I sit there and I stare at him, and then I wake you up, and I'm like, hey, stare at bird, and then you're like, who's bird? I'm like, I explain to you the situation, and then you're like, okay, and then I fall asleep, you stay up, and then you wake Notus up, explain the situation to Notus, then Notus wakes up, so on and so forth. So we all get rest, and we always got bird on like someone looking at bird.
This sounds somewhat like what the hag was doing
Hmm?
with the moths.
You know what? I see the similarities. Does it sound
We
like a
could-
plan?
We can try, but wouldn't whoever falls asleep next, wouldn't they just forget?
Yeah, but in the morning, like whoever's the last person they'll still remember him. So
And we
they'll
all
be able
trust
to
each other, right? So we'd take each other
Yeah.
for their word.
Yeah. So like if I told you guys that like, dude, like remember the plan, you remember bird?
Hmm.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like it's worth a shot.
wouldn't you still remember him anyways? I mean, you have the tattoo.
Well, yeah, that's like extra icing on the cake, you know.
I guess so.
So we're down with the plan?
The sky is green.
No, the sky's blue. I was messing with you, Notice.
Yeah, but I trusted you, is what I'm getting it.
That's a good callback. That's good.
You just had to ruin it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
And
sorry.
this is
I'm
why we
so
don't trust
sorry.
each
I'm
other.
The
Sure.
plan's ruined. The plan's done. We're not doing it anymore.
I'm the worst.
It's
I'm the
all
worst.
ruined.
It's never mind, guys. Just go to bed. Whatever.
It's
Whatever.
good.
It's
Good
gotta
night.
go to sleep.
We'll see what happens
figure it
tomorrow.
out. We'll figure it out in the morning.
Hmm.
Oh,
No,
dear.
okay. All right.
Ah.
I think
Are you?
I should take the first watch, and then I'll wake Ulric up, and then Ulric will wake Notus up, and then Notus will wake Garreth up, and Garreth will be the last person awake, and then so in the morning.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
All right.
All right, Bird.
Or
Okay.
Hmm?
I'm going to sleep.
Meanwhile, Clapperclaw says, "And I'll just stay up awake all night."
Yeah, you can also stare at Bird.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I've
Stares
hired
there
this clapper
all
claw to
night.
stare at you.
Yeah, I've hired this clown to stare. I will stare at Bird for the 2 hours that are mandatory.
Okay.
Hmm.
Clapperclaw just stares at you all night, Bird.
Thing is, I know Clapperclaw's baby.
oh,
I'm not unsettled by Clapperclaw.
Why have that
Clapperclaw
effect
is a
anyway?
baby.
I have no
No,
fear of
apparently you're not.
Clapperclaw. That's our creature.
That's all right. According to this, you are not. That's good. All right. So after a long night, if you're trying to take shifts and watch Bird, you can all give me intelligence saving throws
Oh no.
one by one.
Do we get advantage because we're doing the power of friendship?
I like that.
You're getting a save to begin with because you're using the power of friendship. Yeah.
All right. Just roll high. Well,
And Zay,
Can
You had a
I
question?
use? Can I chronicle our adventures as
Mhm.
part of my? What is it again? Invocation.
chronicle them? You mean you're just gonna write down what's happening?
I'm going to pen down my stories, or the stories of the Junipers, as part of my invocation of the tome, or not?
Yeah. You mean the one that allows you to
Do not have
memories
to
of
sleep.
dreams? You mean? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can do anything you want during your time where you don't need sleep. Yeah. So you can just be writing if you like.
So yeah, I'm gonna
It's a
write.
downtime activity.
Yeah. So while everyone is sleeping, I'm just writing.
Yeah, sure. You can be penning a great, grand story. And especially now that you've got a little bit of clarity with Baird being in that story, that might be a way to hold on to their memory by writing them into it. Okay, so... And you don't need to sleep, do you, Zay? So I
Not
will actually give you
anymore.
advantage on... I'll give you advantage on this intelligence save.
does my tattoo help me?
That's a 10, 11.
I don't think your tattoo helps. No,
Damn.
does you know? Your tattoo is something you would see in the morning, maybe.
Yeah.
In this instance, Garreth is like thinking about it and memorizing it in the moment, sort of like writing it out. But as soon as you fall asleep, your memory is whisked away, dreaming again of that vision you felt, that strange fairy tale like apparition, and you've still got the jewel. I assume the
I'd hope
gold
so.
flecked purple one.
Yep.
Yeah, that's still in your belonging, and maybe that kind of pulses this vision again, replaying it in your mind. Okay, 14 from Ulric. It's not bad.
Whoa,
too
he
bad.
is.
I should ask for the brain cell before going to bed. I should.
No. Notus needs a brain cell. Notus needs a brain cell for her.
I'm never lending you the
No,
brain
but-
cell again. What? You
Right.
tried to eat it.
You lost brain cell privileges.
Dang.
It's true.
Can't have anything.
But you did definitely fill up today. Your belly normally starts to rumble around this time, but you have firmly caught up on the
Boots
on the
and
feeding,
boots and
so-
boots.
some boots and cats and boots. All right. Notice. Do you want to also roll? Mm-hmm.
Does the brain cell give her advantage?
The brain cell is a little bit tired after being passed around so much.
I used the brain
so
cell earlier. It doesn't
Yeah.
work
that's
anymore.
true.
It doesn't work more than once.
It's okay. So, by the looks, throughout the night, Ulric, you're actually able to retain some of the information that's being passed on here, but it's becoming a bit like Chinese whispers. You find, because when Vaike wakes up the next person, he's like, "Right, don't forget Baird, right? You, etc." And some of it becomes a little bit lost, and by the end of it, you definitely remember the Baird is traveling with you. They're part of your group. They're a companion of yours, but you can't really remember anything past like the carnival, let's say. Okay, so that's when you believe you met them. Okay, right at the snail race. So you kind of remember some of this, and maybe it's because you're tapping into your own ability to withhold complex like maze-like structures, and this certainly feels like a puzzle in your mind. Every time Baird's memory is slipping away, it like goes round a corner to the back of your mind, like it's trying to hide from you, and moving around this labyrinth. You kind of corner it every now and again, and it tries to escape you by like slipping under your legs, and it's carrying Baird with it. Like you get this almost weird dreamlike sequence chasing the memory of Baird, and it's like their shadow has like got a hold of them and has yanked them down through another stairwell, and you know a shortcut that like leads back around, and you catch up to them, cornering them again in a dead end. And by this point, the curse seems exhausted, and like gives up the fight, and you're able to retain Baird's memory.
Woo. So you said from like
Okay.
the carnival to now, I remember.
Onwards, yeah,
Baird. Okay.
exactly. In other words, the player
Good enough.
knowledge of Baird.
Good, good enough. All right. I'll
Yeah.
take what I can get. That's a lot. That's
Mhm.
big.
It is a lot, but I like to imagine that's how you're doing it. And the same, you're tapping into your labyrinth recall a feature
Yeah.
and using
Trying to
that.
path my way north to Baird.
That's
the,
it.
The North Star bird.
Yeah.
Okay. And you would definitely get an intrinsic knowledge that this curse is moving. It feels almost alive in a way, in how it's trying to avoid you and evade you and slip by. But it hasn't tricked you this time. Not tonight. Okay. All right. Everyone else, you forget all about Baird, I'm afraid, and wake up in the morning fully rested, though. So make sure you do that as well. Notice, do your long rest. Okay. Coming to. Feel fully rested, and Clapperclaw is eager to get back on the road, and says, "All right, guys, come along."
Don't forget your morning stretches.
Oh yeah. push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, burpees. Come on, Goltik. No slacking.
Yeah. Glottic. All right. Push-ups.
Iron's
One,
material that
two,
needs to be
and-
processed.
Oh. Actually, yeah. Before we wrap up tonight, because Glottic does awaken ready. He's actually up before you, and he immediately drops and gives you 20. Nat 20.
He does give 20.
Oh my god.
Glottic. He's like 23. And like collapses in a heap.
One
He actually
more.
pushed on. Oh, that's as
Whoa.
much as I got. But Glottic does seem like he's stronger this morning, and you can roll a hit dice for him. I think he rolls a D8. So he has effectively leveled up,
Mm.
and we're gonna keep a track of his HP. He's catching up to you. I'm
4
gonna
hit
try and
points.
start using this. Well, plus his con, right? So
Yeah.
an extra one. And the sidekick, there is sidekick rules, which I'm gonna revise a little bit, just so we know he is on like his own leveling track, and he is getting hit points as well. So
Thank God he's not gonna die. Yes.
yeah, he does. He looks battle hardened from the night previous. That was probably his biggest fight, right, so far. So
Mm-hmm.
he totally deserves it. As for you guys, you're getting there. You're making progress.
Mm-hmm.
But you've still got
We
some
haven't
loose ends
leveled
to
up?
tie with Will. Not quite yet, no. But hey, you got a bunch of cool treasures, which I'll have to make note of as well. You got those potions. But otherwise, I think here is a good little place to wrap up tonight as you make your way back to Hither. You should arrive there by next week. So I think there we will end tonight. Thank you guys for
Including
playing.
Campestry in our
Thanks.
thing, because we also have the Campestries with us.
Yep, you
Yeah,
got Campestries too.
We're gonna set up a
Campestries.
fairing. We're gonna set up a fairing in Lilybog Keep.
Oh
That's
no.
probably
Like,
actually not a bad spot to put it.
It's a safe spot.
all right. Okay, well, the Campestries say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Bye bye.